Guys, listen up. As you get older, the best way to continue to look young, exuberant, and vibrant is to continue to take care of your skin. That's why I'm excited to have Teej Hanley as a sponsor of today's video. You heard me talk about them before, and you're going to continue to hear me talk about them because I believe in their products and the positive impact that they have on every man's life. Teej Hanley makes taking care of your skin so easy. They provide you with all the products you need and nothing that you don't. Every box comes with an instruction card that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. Lapeef family, I must admit, skincare wasn't always something I always focused on, but since I started using this system, I've seen improvements in the way my skin looks and feels. And you don't have to take my word for it. They have over 5,000 5-star reviews on their website from satisfied customers from around the world. I recommend you start with the level 1 system, which comes with all the basics: a daily face wash, an exfoliating scrub, an AM moisturizer, and a PM moisturizer. In addition to amazing skin, members of Teej Hanley get tons of benefits, including at least 20% off retail price, the ability to customize your box, pause or cancel at any time, and free US shipping. And because Teej Hanley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers a great deal. Just click that first link in the description and you'll get 30% off the first box plus the free gift. Seriously, that's an amazing deal. Even though it's too early, as I often say, it's never too late. Click that link and get started today.
Let's just have a conversation.
Doing, family? What's going on, family? Welcome to Lapeef Let's Talk. Let me go ahead and introduce the group. We got Precious, Sweeney, Cookie, Penny, Clout Jones, Lady Di, Casey, Mr. Viral, and myself from Lapeef JR. Welcome to Let's Talk. What's going on, family? What's going on? How y'all doing?
Doing great. What's the deal?
Doing good.
Lovely, lovely.
Good, great.
Very good, very good.
Your mic sounds low, JR. Your mic sounds low.
Do it. Still sound low?
Sounds a little louder.
Is that better?
Nope.
No. Hold on. I don't know what's going on here. So y'all can't hear me?
We can hear. It's just a little low.
Is that better?
It's a little better.
Okay. Start shouting there. So y'all trying to maybe get the ghost up in here. All right. Well, it's good to see you guys again. Hopefully it is better. Is that better? Mic check, mic check.
Yeah, that sounds like you.
All right, that sound like me. Okay, have to make sure. All right, welcome, man. It's good to see everybody wearing black. See some colors in there. I see Mr. Viral. I guess he got the memo about the shades.
Talk to me.
Clout. I don't know what happened, man. We started to go dark lenses today, man. What happened?
Yeah. I switched it up. I figured I'd let the people see my eyes a little bit this time around, you know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was hot last time.
I like Casey's hat.
You know the vibes.
I love your hat.
Oh, thank you. It's one of those.
I say Casey.
Oh. Okay.
Thank you, Precious. It's from Costa Rica.
It looks good. It's very
It's about 7 years old. Thank you.
I like it.
Casey just stole my thunder. It's cool. It's good to see you guys. Shout out to the sponsor, Teej Hanley, Uncomplicated Skincare for Men, 30% off along with a free gift. Y'all make sure y'all go ahead and click that link. It's in the description and get 30% off along with a free gift. Let me see who we got in the chat. Shout out to all my green gang. I see Ali is in the building. Miss Nurse Fancy Doug Will already came back and said the Lambo is back. Shout out to you, Tay Biz TV. You want to become part of Green Gang? That link is pinned to the top of the chat. Be love. I see you, Mr. Renegade. Sir Hale, what's going on, brother? How you doing? Welcome to the show.
What's up, everybody?
What's going on? Sir Hale in the building.
Hey,
man.
Sir Hale.
I guess we all missed the memo, man. You over there like Dapper Dan or something, man. You over there trying to show out again.
No, he do.
know how Sir Hell do, man. He always trying to stun on us. It's cool. It's cool, man. One day I'll be at that level, Sir Hell. One day.
Hey man, I'm trying to be over here like you, my brother. I'm trying to get there.
Be like me, man. I'm gonna start doing videos tomorrow, man. Start doing videos. Ladies, listen up. If you want a man, I'm just fuck with y'all. Y'all didn't find that funny. It wasn't funny.
That was convincing. Keep going.
Let me call Trigger Mike, man. This is some bullshit here, man. Let me y'all laugh at his jokes. I'm gonna laugh at my jokes. Anyhow, it's good to see you guys in attendance. Hit that like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Shout out to the sponsor again, T Channel. We're gonna go ahead and dive right into these topics. We're gonna kick it off with some entertainment news. Y'all cool with that? There's a lot been going on in entertainment. I did briefly speak to some of the folks in the back, so they already got the heads up. But we're gonna talk about Home Depot. So let's go ahead and get this out the way because it is a hot topic. Let's go ahead and discuss this. I do got a video I want to play for y'all, and I want to get you guys' thoughts about the whole.
I come on here, as y'all probably know me as the Home Depot girl, the girl who went viral, and just talk about how God is really testing my life right now and just testing my faith and trying to keep my patience in him and just trust that there's a bigger thing coming out of all this. Since I blew up on the internet, I have had so much backlash, good and bad. Like, it's been a lot of good, but you know, you also have that percentage of bad. Like, everybody on Twitter hates me for what? I don't know. Like, I literally don't know, just because I stood up for myself, and that's fine. And then Instagram's really cool. And then, you know, other situations that have happened throughout this whole process that have just kind of been crazy. But I literally had to kind of quit my job in this process because of how much I grew and how many people actually seen this. And people were illegally doxing my address and also figuring out where I worked because, you know, I did have my school in my bio, also my location on Twitter and Home Depot. So if you put math together, like, people started figuring stuff out. So now I'm gonna have to probably move and just, you know, kind of relocate and start fresh. And I just feel like I just am grateful to God because this opportunity gives me a chance to start over. I also gained a platform, and that means a lot to me because I work really hard making, you know, my faith, lifestyle, beauty, and fashion content. So this kind of helps me go towards that direction. But it's also scary because I actually haven't received like any type of brand deals or anything like that. A lot of people think that like my net worth is going to flip now because of fame. That's not how it works. It just kind of, it's unmotivating, but I have faith that God is gonna make all of this work out in my favor. So yeah, some doors had to close, but I also know God is going to make a lot of doors open in my favor. So I'm just taking it with the winds, taking the punches, you know, smiling through all this, praying, and just knowing that God has me. Know in due time when the answers and what is for me needs to be revealed, it'll be revealed. I know God is.
All right, there we go. Ariana, that Cassie, maybe a misspell, but you're too beautiful to work at Home Depot. We all seen this. This went viral, and she had to quit her job, man. She had to quit her job because everybody was trying to go see her like she was an exhibit. What you guys' thoughts about it, man? Let's go ahead and dive into it. I'm gonna go ahead and go to Precious first.
Well, you're not too beautiful to work anywhere, but she had her locations on, so it was, people had access to her. It's one thing to be online and to be on a platform or what have you, but when you are making decisions like that and you're not really thinking about what you're doing, then honestly, I wouldn't have even come out with this video. You know what I mean? If you had to move and relocate, just do that and continue to work at Home Depot somewhere else and continue to work. It seems like now she has a platform where she's pushing her beauty products and things like that. It's like, are you going to quit Home Depot? You know, are you going to not work at Home Depot anymore because you have a platform now? It seems like the reverse of what she was trying to accomplish in the first place. in a way, but I don't know. Like God don't help those who don't help themselves, and you help yourself to, or people help themselves to your location because you put it out there for them. So now it's like you can't cry that you're getting the feedback that you're getting. And I'm sure she probably didn't think it maybe would be this big, but online now you really have to be careful what you do and what you put out there. And so I don't think that she was necessarily careful with that.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go to you, Casey. What are your thoughts about it, man?
I don't think I know all the backstory. I did hear about like Shaq jumping in her DMs and commenting about like keeping her head up, but I wanted to hear y'all talk more about it because I'm trying to figure out how did the post, like what post went viral and what did the post say to go viral? Because she didn't just start. Can y'all tell me a little bit more about like the beginning of before it went haywire?
Yeah, somebody got the details immediately. I'm gonna try to find a video and I'll play it for you. But I mean, basically, she was just making a post about how she gets a lot of attention, of how beautiful she is, and she worked at Home Depot, and so a lot of people thought she was beautiful, and they went looking for her.
Yeah, it was a post that she made saying that they said that she was too beautiful, and her post went viral because she put like the prettiest picture of herself wearing the uniform, and it went viral. But honestly, someone telling her that she's too pretty, I don't think anyone is too pretty to work anywhere. Because if that's because of what they're saying is you're too pretty to work at Home Depot, so where should she be working at? Because there's a lot of pretty women everywhere and they don't have capabilities to be a housewife or be around people or men with money, or if that's what they're trying to allude to. That's not even realistic. You have to live in a big major city to even get that type of lifestyle. So there are pretty women working in many different places that quote unquote they shouldn't be, which is I don't think that's cool just to tell her that, because now you more bigging her head up to where she is quitting her job, saying, thinking that, okay, well, I'm gonna have more deals outside of this, when you got the jobs for a certain reason to finish school and be responsible. So I think it's a learning lesson for her, like not to share her location. And but the biggest thing I hope she learned is that she need to stop clout chasing. You don't gotta post everything, especially stuff like that. Like if Shaq got in your DMs, cool. If you want to go on a date with this man, because that's what he was trying to get you to do, then do it. If don't. But you don't have to say, oh, well, look at me. Look what he said. Because now she just messed up her own personal love life, because ain't no man going to trust you after that, because they going to think that you're going to put them on blast. So you got to be careful what you do. But I don't think she could erase. I mean, you could make it up, but I don't think many men are going to trust her with that part. And so that's the only downfall I see for her.
Okay. Mr. Vire, what are your thoughts about it, sir?
I believe in the law of polarity, law of opposites. So I see some good in this situation, like a bad situation, but I see the good in it as well, because this could literally be a blessing for her. Because as far as her being too beautiful to work at Home Depot, I mean, it's low-key true. A woman's beauty is her currency. So if she was to utilize her looks in the right way, she can reach higher levels in life. But even with this post going viral and her having to quote-unquote quit her job, like you had Shaq jump in your DM. Like, he was testing the waters. He didn't really say nothing too crazy, but the fact that he jumped in your DM, like, okay, that's an opportunity right there. Even if it isn't with Shaq, you could have utilized that and tried to network. You got the world basically looking at you now. You got a platform. You could utilize that. If you got any other talents, I mean, you got the looks right now, so it's up to you, really. So I think it could be a blessing. It just depends on how she go about it, but she is kind of blowing it with the posting everything. Like, it was no purpose for you to post Shaq DM you. Like, that was supposed to be on the low. You were supposed to utilize that, make some connections, and try to elevate. But as far as her having to move and all that, I think she being extra out. You ain't got to move. Like, come on, let's stop playing. But I think she's saying that because I was just looking on Twitter, and there's like this fake OnlyFans, video going around. I don't think it's not her, but it's a girl that looked just like her doing the OnlyFans video. So everybody kind of going crazy with that because they like, damn, is this her? Like she supposed to be this holy girl and she on OnlyFans sucking dick, like, you know what I'm saying? So, oh, can we curse on here?
Yeah, you good.
Okay, my bad. But yeah, she can use this, and I think she could really blow up off it. It's just all on how she uses her little 15 minutes of fame because she got it right now.
All right. Penny, what are your thoughts about it, man?
I really think it depends on her intentions. You never know with the people that post things on social media. You never know if it's pure or not pure. So it depends on what her intentions were. I think it's possible she could have posted the post because she wanted people to know that she didn't have any, she wasn't branding for anyone, and maybe for people to like reach out to her to brand. And she probably wanted to keep herself irrelevant so that it doesn't die down before she does get endorsements or brands. So, but you never know people's intentions. So it seems like it could be a blessing for her, but the fact that she's not getting any brands or endorsements, maybe it wasn't what she thought it would be actually.
All right. Go ahead, Cookie.
I'm gonna give the girl a little grace and say that she was a little naive when it came to her posts. She knows she's pretty. A woman knows if she's pretty. She knew she was pretty. But as far as the locations, I'm just a regular schmegular chick, and I don't post my location simply because I don't want people knowing where I am. But I don't think she really thought about it when she posted which Home Depot she worked at, because that could become a problem for anybody because she has to go there repeatedly. So I think that was a little naive. Now, as far as the Shaquille thing goes, he doesn't care because he was in Houston. I'm in Houston. This was in Houston, popping and bopping around the Home Depots looking for the chick. So she might have. I mean, if he wants a holy girl and he's willing to wait, I'm assuming, but he's here. Look, he's looking for her, right? He like as of 24 to 30 hours ago, Shaquille was in Houston looking for her. He has a house here, but I don't know. I think it was either well thought out plan or an oopsie doopsie. And now I got to move at least my job anyway. So I don't know. But Shaquille is here looking for her. So if she that hard off, she might want to hit him up in a DM because he's looking for her.
Go ahead, Sweeney.
I honestly don't I'm with Casey. I honestly don't know much about it, but listening to y'all and kind of reading the chat here from what I'm gathering, she posted a pretty picture. It's basically another pretty girl going viral. People started reacting. Shaq probably saying it. He jumped in her DMs. She went out her way, she went and said it. Oh, snap, look, Shaq didn't even jump in, which is all fun and games. I don't think there's any problem with that. I think, you know what I mean? From what I gathered from the chat as well, she didn't purposely post a location. She had her school. She had the school that she went to, as well as, and obviously with the Home Depot uniform on, they were able to pretty much put 3 and 3 together and was like, oh, okay, then she must be in this area at this Home Depot. I don't think that anybody should be going to her job searching, searching her out and looking for her. That's kind of weird and crazy, you know what I mean? But I would say she said that she got a brand that she want to promote. So, she has her, what did she say? Her health and her beauty and all of that going on that she wanted to work on and get out there. So, I mean, use this and capitalize on it. I think there's a lot of, you got to accept the good with the bad. All of us have experienced it. Or you got people that want to tear you down. You got people that's in your corner. So, use it. There's some people that rock with you now and they, use it. Get your brand off the ground, and take it from there. Something that I did see, and I seen this a couple of days ago, a few days ago. It was something along the lines of, I don't know if it was DJ Academics that had commented about her, talking about she should that she's pretty and that she should start her OnlyFans and this, that, and the third. And that's where I draw the line at, because once y'all see somebody who actually doesn't show their ass and doesn't look, doesn't try to, look like an OnlyFans model, now you're telling that woman that because she's beautiful, she needs to go out and start an OnlyFans. I thought we've been trying to speak out against that for the better part of the last 3 years. So, you know what I mean? Just because she's beautiful and just because she works a regular job does not mean she should be out there doing OnlyFans. She has a decent brand that she wants to promote. Let her do that. She don't have to get naked on camera just so y'all can see her naked.
All right, go that post right there. Yeah, with that thing.
I mean, she's gorgeous though. Like,
yeah, she's beautiful.
Yeah, but why can't a gorgeous woman work at Home Depot? Like, I don't understand. It's a job. It's a Home Depot has good benefits. I think they pay for your school. I think they have really good benefits. I can understand why she's where she's smart too. She's not just beautiful. So for people to say, oh, she needs to start an OnlyFans, it's like, you're ignorant. Like, that's ignorant. You know what I mean? Because she could take it in such different directions. I don't know what her personal brand is, but if she's well spoken and she gets the right people in her corner, then yeah, she can capitalize off of it and block out all the negativity. It could be a lot coming to her fast and she doesn't know how to handle it. So she just needs the right people in her corner to actually say, hey, look, you do have a platform now, and this is how you should maximize on it. And just block out, the people who are hating, the people who don't mean her any well. It's a lesson learned for her.
Yeah, I wouldn't have. I mean, that's the one problem that I have with a lot of people is that they get online, not all of a sudden they want to start complaining about all the. I'm like, you have so much support on your page. I guarantee it. Why focus on the fools that's gonna tear you down? Like it, we all experience it. Everybody online who has a platform has been doxxed, has been harassed, has been told all types of things, has been told that they need to, delete themselves and everything else under the sun. Use this, capitalize on it, take the people that rock with you and make something of it. The other ones, let them hate in the back.
I think most of her hate, from what I've been reading, was coming from girls that do OnlyFans, because she was like denouncing it. Like, I don't do this. So they like, hold on, wait, what you mean you too good for OnlyFans? Like, what's wrong with OnlyFans? So I think that's where most of the hate coming from. The
that part, that's horrible.
Kind of mad right now. And it's certain women that's probably not as attractive that I've been seeing commenting like, what you mean she too beautiful to work at Home Depot? But I mean, the reality is when you're a woman and you're beautiful, certain doors open up for you.
Right.
that won't open up for less attractive women. So people saying her like, damn, what the fuck you doing at Home Depot, girl? Like, you could be out here in the world having doors open for you. Like, you need to get out and put yourself out there some more. So I think more so that's what it is people like, you shortchanging yourself. Like, what you doing at Home Depot? That's
but you have to be careful with that too, because people will try to use you for your looks and put you in a lane or in a box where now it's like you're doing things that you don't want to do just because you look good. You have to have a certain type of discernment with your looks as well. It can get you into different places and in different doors and have different opportunities, but everybody don't mean you well because they know what your looks can bring to them and what money it can make them. But at night, you like, I don't want to do this no more.
Now with that, I can agree, but the only thing I disagree with is the using part. I mean, because if you can't be used, you're useless. So as long as you can use them back for something that's in benefit of you and you ain't selling your soul, or like you said, you can look in the mirror and respect yourself and sleep at night, let them use you. I mean, if you can't be used, you're useless. What you got the beauty for if it cannot be used? Or what do you have a skill for if it cannot be used? So use it to your benefit. Don't let it use you. That's my only take on it.
And I would say she was pretty damn successful at self-promoting, because normally it's supposed to be somebody that takes a picture of you and say you too beautiful to work at Home Depot. Not you sharing a picture, say, hey, look at me. I'm too beautiful to be working at Home Depot.
People were telling her that. That's why she mentioned it, because people were telling her, like, you're too pretty to work here. But I really think it was her trying to promote and let people know I'm still relevant and I have some things coming in the works, because she got way more positive things than she got negative from that. She went viral from it. So I really think it was just her posting it saying, I got some things in the works. I'm not getting paid for this. I had to quit my job. So support me because I got some things in the works.
My thing is with people with information telling her that she's too pretty. Well, what is the solution that you gave her? Did you give her an opportunity to go do something else? Because you could tell people a whole bunch of stuff, but she's young. You gotta mentor the young. So there's many doors she could have went into, especially with the beauty aspect. You know,
y'all know who she was being told she was too pretty to be at. It was all the old married men up in there looking in the light bulb section. Like, hey,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
shit, they looking at her like.
I mean, but you guys, like, let's be real. When we go to places, there are places that young college students that are attractive. They work at, there might be a fine dining restaurant, you know, where they're a bartender or they're a cocktail waitress and they're using their looks in that realm, or they could be in Sephora or Ulta. You're not walking in there saying, oh, you're too pretty to work at Ulta or Sephora. You have to be pretty to work in those places because they represent beauty and and skincare and perfume, and you have to have an image to get hired at places like that. So what's the difference? Just because Home Depot is hardware, it's still another place that people frequent in their everyday lives and they go into. So to say Home Depot is you're too pretty to work here versus other places that beautiful young people work at and utilize their looks is just kind of like, it's just weird to me, I think.
Well,
they're gonna work somewhere. They're going to work somewhere, right? But it's not.
Uh-oh. I see you breaking up.
I think they sell routers at Home Depot too.
Viral's point, like today, like you're going to work. So to quit her job and like not work at all to focus on Instagram and you're a college student, I don't know.
I think she said she left school too.
What?
Oh, yeah, she.
Then she got opportunities. She lying.
Ain't no way in hell you left school because you got a few. Ain't no way in hell. I don't care how many people come and look at me at my job.
Does
anybody know if she's single?
Transfer credits and all that kind of stuff. That's absolutely ridiculous.
You ain't doing all that because you know went viral. Man, people don't went viral for worse and they ain't have to relocate. Come on now.
Man, that whole thing was marketing.
I think she better capitalize though. Shaq jumped in your DM. That means it's a whole lot of other
Shaq looking for her.
Well, she had 150,000 followers in 24 hours. Follow her, 150,000.
Yeah. Like, I don't think Shaq went to the city that she was living in, but he definitely was making a statement.
No, he was in Houston. I live here.
Oh, she's in Houston?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know she was in Houston.
Look, I'm telling you what happened. Shaq saw that same post I saw, that OnlyFans post, and he like, oh, jumped in that DM.
Oh my god!
He thought she was the OnlyFans girl. Was like, oh, this is an easy lick right here. Found out she was homely and was like, well, let me go ahead and go on back to Brittany Renner.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Let me get Sir Harold in that then, Cloud Jones. Go ahead, sir.
So you all have great perspective tonight. I'm really grateful to hear what the wisdom you guys have shared, but all of you guys are wrong. She didn't go viral simply because of her post. I'm telling you, what made her go viral was something that is subtle that you got to pay attention to. It's not the fact that she's beautiful. Heck, if you've been around, you done seen beautiful women. It's the fact that she was in an apron and she was doing some homely work. In this culture, if you see a beautiful woman, she is on an island somewhere. She's at the beach somewhere. She's flaunting her lifestyle. And very rarely do you see a beautiful woman in an actual apron. One of the things that I tell women who want a successful man, you can have lingerie. Number two is have an apron. She was in an apron in a bathroom. That girl know how to clean something, right? And based off of that, you put beauty in an apron, you got an instant success. Now, while this is cool to think of, it speaks to the time we live in. Beauty now, we're so used to seeing it that somebody who just regular stands out. And I think that's really what this speaks to. So she blew up not because of beauty, she's fine, but it's the fact that that beauty was wrapped in an apron. And tell me how many of you guys see beauty in aprons today on your timelines?
I think
that's why the OnlyFans
mad at her. That's why the OnlyFans girls mad at her.
I think
that she was a paint mixer too, Sir Hale. That was her job at Home Depot. She mixed the paint.
Yeah, she had an apron that said Home Depot. For sure.
Yeah, you ain't lying. She definitely went viral because she was a beautiful chick that was doing regular mundane shit.
Right.
Ladies,
And it
Ladies,
happens
an
every day.
apron gives you a point. It automatically gives you a point. If you a 4, an apron make you a 5.5. Get you an apron and get yourself a man.
And also probably it was probably because she wasn't on an island half naked somewhere that they was like, damn, somebody actually covered up online. They actually pretty.
Go ahead, Cloud. What are your thoughts about it, sir?
I agree with Sir Hale. I agree with most of what everybody said, but a part of me, somewhere in the back of my mind, feels like it was all just perfectly calculated marketing. And I feel like she has a brand, and I think her brand is the cute Christian girl, right? That isn't afraid to get her hands dirty. I feel like that's her brand. Like, I'm the cutesy Christian girl that I'll be in a farm outfit. I'm good and wholesome. I feel like that's like the brand she's selling. I don't even believe she actually really worked at Home Depot more than a month. I feel like she probably didn't even really need the job. She got the job as a great photo op. She got her picture. She fake humble flex like, oh my God, these guys are saying I'm so beautiful. I'm so surprised. What do you guys think? It's like she already knows she's beautiful, and she already knows her picture's gonna go viral. So at the end of the day, it was all marketing. She knew, like Sir Hale said, seeing her in the apron, seeing her in a more relaxed, everyday kind of setup and not in lingerie and all that would make it look good for her brand. And I feel like it was perfect marketing.
Man, y'all giving people way too much credit. Y'all giving people way too much credit.
You think she applied for a job?
Right.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I think it was
It's not a lot.
I think she had the job, but I don't think she needed it. I think it was just like wouldn't it be cool if I worked at Home Depot type situation?
So
It was something fun to do. Like, exactly, she's in college, but she probably not struggling through college. She probably got parents.
Do y'all know anybody that work at Home Depot? Y'all must not know people that work at Home Depot.
I used to work there.
Home Depot is a good job. Like,
I never said it was a bad job.
I'm not with you on that one. Now,
but I feel like she knows. I feel like she knows. She knows she could get. She knows that her beauty will get her access to other things, which is why she even posed the picture like that. Like, oh, I'm too pretty to work at Home Depot, because she knows she is, and she's really just setting up the next opportunity. I feel like she was just really just setting up the next opportunity. Like, yeah, I'm here at Home Depot for right now, but I'm too pretty for this shit. Y'all see me. What's the next opportunity?
There's a difference.
That's what she's looking for.
There's a difference between knowing you pretty and being that calculated, where she set up this whole thing where, you got people where you go viral when 150,000 people follow you.
Instagram and clout is a hell of a drug. There are people, listen, there are studios out there that look like private jets. And people book them to go sit in the studio and look like they really on a private jet just to get likes. So you'd be surprised what people do for likes.
There's a whole media company for this. They it's like on YouTube. I gotta find the link for y'all, but they set up young people. They'll say, okay, this 19-year-old is gonna be with this 19-year-old girl. They have to look attractive. I want you to dye your hair this color. You're gonna wear this outfit. I'm gonna put you in this house. And it'll be like $1 million house. They give them nice cars. They're saying you're gonna act like you're a couple. We're gonna film you, your everyday life, and you're gonna do this to make money. They actually do this type of stuff. So this is real.
Mm-hmm.
Soon as TikTok, was going crazy, they made a business out of it. So, I mean, some of them do stay together, some of them don't. It's all business. So I wouldn't be surprised if they did plan it and made her put the best.
Living a fake life and getting paid for it?
That's what I'm saying.
She got a deal somewhere with some marketing company somewhere doing something.
No, she went viral just like that, just like Prison Bay.
She might even have a deal with Home Depot.
With the brown eyes and everybody else that go viral off their looks. You post a picture that's unorthodox, and everybody just happened to gravitate towards it.
We know it was a Home Depot campaign. For all we know.
She ain't doing.
Don't you guys think this speaks to a greater issue, though? That if you're beautiful, you can't possibly have any issues. Like, you can't possibly struggle. You can't possibly have like regular life circumstances if you're beautiful. Do we not see that as an inherent issue? That maybe she actually did work at Home Depot because she wanted to, or she was taught that hard work is good, is honorable. But based off of her being beautiful, we can't fathom the thought that somebody's that beautiful and money isn't just coming to her easily, or she's not taking the easy way to get it. Don't we see that as a problem?
I don't really see it as a problem.
Beauty's expensive.
I don't really see
in
like
the original post. She said that the reason she works there is because she's in college. She said Home Depot she loved her job. All she had to do was mix paint. They had good benefits. She went down the list as to why she worked at Home Depot. It never was a I'm too cute to work at Home Depot. That wasn't the thing. It was other people telling her that. So I don't see her just going to applying at Home Depot, getting the job and the insurance, which she needs as a student, just so she can go viral. I don't think that's
No,
right.
she was definitely stunting her looks on her Instagram page. She was stunting, talking about some, yeah, people tell me I'm too pretty to be here. But like to say that she orchestrated this whole thing to get some, like, come on, man. We give people way too much credit. People going viral for less stuff by accident. So
sometimes we don't give people enough credit. Like a lot of the stuff that we think was naturally viral, there was a campaign behind it. There was dollars behind it. There was people behind it. Like you might think it's viral because the way we're receiving it, but that's not what's actually happening. Like it's actually a calculated thing. From music artists to brands blowing up to startup companies, it's all calculated.
Well, Home Depot is really good about coming in and being like, "No, she a fraud." So I mean, they do. They'll come in. They did it with the MAGA hats. They did. I mean, Home Depot speaks out for their employees. This one, she'll have to leave her job. But if she was a fraud or if it was a setup or something like that, we'd know by now because the Home Depot would have made a post about it. But apparently,
people are snitches.
Home Depot couldn't relocate her. They got 1 billion locations.
Nah,
that's where it got dramatic for me.
Now that part I don't believe. I don't think she had to relocate. I don't think any of that had to go down. Now she just saying, well, maybe she did probably have to leave her job. There was a bunch of people showing up to her job.
That's the pity me story.
Couldn't work. Yeah, I think she couldn't really work, man. I think people were really trying to find her, man.
Yeah, if you got people showing up,
I didn't speak on that
just,
though. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's like wow. I never got to speak on that, but yeah, to me that's like wow.
Yeah, like
show up at her spot.
Desperate as hell, man. That's why I value. I mean, think about hoops
on the internet. It's 2023. You gotta be smarter than that. Like, come on now. You don't put your location on the internet for anybody to see. Like, you don't know who these people
is. Your job.
Location live. That's crazy.
If she's in college, she young though. She's between 19 and 22. They put their location on everything.
Well, but she look good enough to know better.
Hold on,
this ain't her first time getting attention.
She didn't actually put her location. She had the school she was going to, and she just so happened to have on her Home Depot uniform. People doxed her and put two and two together. A lot of us got the school we either go to or graduate from. So that's how they were able to find her.
Oh, when I graduated,
that's stalking.
Not when I was at the school.
People stalk. Like, you got to know this, especially being you should already be used to being stalked at that point. Like, you know what? Let me chill and not put so much of my personal information on the internet.
Now, I want to be fair though to her. She didn't put a lot of her information on the internet. So I know what we're saying. Like, you know, is me and we know like there's when you find there's a threat just in the world we live in. You got men who ain't never had none, and I live in Texas, and so there's a lot of kidnapping that happens a lot of times south in Texas. So that happens a lot, but I don't want it to seem like this is on her, like because she put her school on there. You know, this is why. No, people are crazy, and it just said that if you are talented or you're beautiful and you are a woman, and you do anything, somebody's going to find you. And then you got a successful man who gives you some attention. It makes other men who wish that they could be that successful man that much more turned on and attracted to you. So I think that's partly what's going on here now. The lesson in all of this is do not share your location. And if you do what the rest of us do. Share it after you leave. Right? If it's somewhere you work or somewhere you live, don't put it on there. But for the most part, if I'm at a restaurant, I don't say I'm going to this check in here. No, it's going to be a day after. It was great being here. I think she learned that lesson. Well, at least I hope she does.
Yeah, but you gotta. I want to highlight this too. I think she played into it as well. I don't think that she thought it was going to go viral. I don't think it was calculated. I think that she has been probably told that she was a beautiful woman for the majority of her life. I didn't think that she would go that way, but she posted 2 days ago a picture of herself, and it says, "Without the makeup or the filter, I'm a 5," with a laughing emoji. So when this thing went viral, it's kind of like everybody's saying she's fine. I don't think she thinks she's as fine. I don't think you guys understand how even beautiful women to the world still have some insecurities. So the fact that she's getting all this attention right now, I think it's kind of feeding her ego a little bit. Because for her to post this right here, and then I see all down our timeline now. She can't be a Christian, but who's to say Christians know how to handle fame?
You got to be careful with that too, though. You got to be careful with that too, because a lot of women, they reverse thirst trap. So they'll post something like, "Oh, I ain't really that beautiful in this picture," just to get guys in the comments like, "Oh my God, you bad."
Yeah.
So you got to be careful with that. Like, you ain't no damn 5. Like, let's stop playing.
And if this happened 2 days ago, that was probably a response to people talking about so she wasn't that cute.
For sure.
Yeah. My grandma used to call that fishing. You fishing for compliments.
Fishing for attention, for sure.
Y'all, we beat this to a dead horse. You guys just tuned in. Welcome to Lapeef Let's Talk. Hit the like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We get to these super chats real quick, though. Will says, I read that one already. Marcus Evans, $2 says, what up, everyone? Let's be good tonight. I think we're good every night, Marcus. Right? Marcus Evans again says, we got Sir Hell in the building. Will G says Shaq was trying to do God's work for her. Yeah, Shaq was on a mission, man. I didn't know she lived in Houston. Terrell, Denmark, $5 says, I'm married, but it's beautiful to see most of these ladies showing their natural hair. Kudos. Marcus Evans, $5 says, we ain't giving no more grace in 2023 and beyond, period.
Dang, Marcus.
Kelly Connection, shout out to my lady. 499 also remember says, Shaq is in her DMs. You don't think Dusty and Sales will try to find her? That's facts. That's facts. Yeah, they definitely will be looking for. I'm pretty sure a lot of people was in the DMs because she was put on notice. Let's go ahead and move on from there. Hit that like button. Also, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Shout out to the sponsor, T Channel. Moving on to the next entertainment news that's hit the wave this week. Suki and YKO. You guys familiar with that? Yeah. No? Sorry?
I did not think we was going to have to cover this today.
Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. Unfortunately, we got to go ahead, man. We got to do the work, man, for the YouTube. I'm gonna play this clip right now. This clip. I actually seen when like Lil Duval posted this, and it was when that guy came over there, that prank guy came in there whispering in his ear. That's the one I seen. So I'm like, damn, what the hell is this shit? I must have missed this. I don't know what this was that they were at, but then when I seen him kissing him, like he was doing a little bit too damn much because he grabbed her face and put his tongue all down her mouth, didn't he? It was a previous podcast that she was on as well. So Suki, I don't listen to her music, but apparently she makes a lot of freaky music. You know, she's like the I guess the female Kales or something like that. She'd be talking about all type of stuff. And then for what I was seeing from the comments, they were saying that doesn't mean that you can treat her the way he treated. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this clip. I want to get you guys' thoughts about it. And I do want to hear about how you guys feel about the music that she puts out there in reference to this whole situation.
Oh my God. Oh, see already.
He has since released a public apology, which people said that they didn't think it was sincere. Also heard that there was a conversation that happened right before that gives additional context to it. So even though this is the clip that majority are saying, they said it was something that was said before them where they was playing around, which led to this. What are you guys' thoughts about it? Go ahead, Swing.
Yeah, the first video that everybody's talking about is that she was like flirting with him. They had a little flirting banter going back and forth. I will say this: what he did was absolutely wrong. You know what I mean? There's no excuse for that, and he did apologize for it. My problem is the selective outrage, though, because just last year she was out there twerking on 10-year-olds. So all these people who, I mean, like I said, what happened to her is wrong. But where was all that energy at when she was twerking on a 10-year-old, or when she was grabbing men's asses on the stage without their consent and nobody said anything?
What?
And then she was trying to eat it, and you know what I mean, trying to put her face in and everything. So I'm like, hey, look, I got, you know what I mean? Unless y'all willing to address that as well, I ain't trying to hear it.
And then I remember my first time ever seeing her was her telling people that she's a classified 304. She claimed that title. Like, this is who I am. I have a daughter and I'm a show her this and she know that. And I was like, okay, all right, claim it, claim the title. So when I'm not saying what he did was right, but he was doing what you like, you know, you want to, she say she go to men's house. I don't know if I can say this on here, give them head or whatever, do all that stuff. She get flown out, everything. She does a whole bunch of stuff and she does it on a consistent basis. So if you telling men or people are hearing this, they're going to think that you want it. I don't think that he should go in there and take it. It needs to be like, I agree. But she's putting it out there that she kind of get and do whatever she wants to do with men. So
it's a classic case of how you present yourself is how people treat you. She presents herself like she a hoe, so people gonna treat you like a hoe. But dude was out of line for what he did there, because even if she was flirting, I mean, I heard what she said. She basically was like, "Oh, you too young. You don't even know what to do with me. I'll do this. I'll do that." He took that as an opportunity to do what he did. Like, come on, that's really some weirdo shit. Like, you could have said some slick shit back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Shot your shot that way, but to try to force yourself to kiss her and in public and on TV like that was just there's no excuse for that. He a weirdo all the way around the board. And I'm hearing people are upset that the two guys that was there that didn't intervene. It's kind of up in the air with that, because you don't know if she cool with it or you don't know if she playing along with it, because you just heard the conversation that she just said 2 seconds before, and you know the image that she put out there. So to really be expecting them to like intervene and get physical with this dude is kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of a wobbler with that.
They said like they was at a party and didn't even like up.
Yeah, Lil Devon looked away like
he was at somebody's house and didn't even like, this is normal, like whatever. He would have got that microphone upside his head, because I just think that, you know, even with what Lady Di was saying with what she does and how she carries herself, what she does on her personal life, who knows? But she welcomes that on. Like, she gets to say whether she wants to do whatever she wants to do. I think in this instance, it was just, he just forced himself on her. No woman wants a man who forces himself on her, no matter how sexual she's talking. Like, back up. Like, nobody wants to be, you know, like that unless you do have an intimate relationship with that person, you know. So I think he was just out of line for that. It's and as far as the guy sitting next to her, I mean, like I said, it just seemed like that was just normal for them. You know, that I think that sometimes, unfortunately, the bro code sometimes with some men, it's just like, oh, that's his business. That's what's going on over there, you know. And sometimes a woman would like you to step in, but they feel like that's their business. And that's
was there another video or something? Was there another video stating that she didn't like it, or did she release something saying that she had a problem with it? Because from the video, it didn't seem like she was upset about it. It seemed like when he kissed her the first time, she started laughing. And then when he tried to kiss her the second time, she was laughing again. So did she post that she didn't like it?
Yeah, she hasn't said anything about it. What? All right,
look.
So did
somebody
people
try to
just
kiss
take
me
it as
against
if
my
it was
will,
a
I'm not
first?
opening my mouth.
So what I think, so she did delete her Twitter, but here's my theory on why she deleted her Twitter, which is also unfair to her, was because she started getting, like, when people started coming out to defend her for what happened to her, people were basically justifying to calling her, you know what I mean, a hoe and all of this. And I think that's what made her make that cryptic tweet. I don't think he necessarily offended her the way that everybody thinks that he did. You know what I mean? I think he did read the room wrong. And I think she played into it and was like, yeah, you did kind of do whatever, but I don't think that there's as much beef between them as we all are making it out to be.
Because I didn't feel like it was I thought something was going to happen, or she posted and said, why did he do that? And she didn't want to make her and him look different on camera or something. But if she didn't post anything or say anything, it didn't look like it was something that they didn't expect. It looked like if they had a previous conversation and then she was like, oh, okay, I bet you can't handle me or whatever. And he kind of like played with it that way. And she was laughing like, you know, like, oh, okay, he really did it. Or, you know, he really stepped up. But you
have to understand, though, sometimes that when women are in situations like that, they don't know how to act. And so that laughing banter comes off as, I don't know what to do in this situation. I wish these two guys next to me would say something. We there's cameras all over the place. I'm Sukiana, so I can't really be vulnerable, and whatever her real name is, I can't really be her right now. So I think it plays into the platform, like we were talking in the last topic. When you have a platform, people are running with the message that you're selling, but she doesn't sell come run up in my mouth.
Yeah, but we
Yes,
don't know.
you do.
We really don't
Let's
know
pause for a second.
how she feels about it. So we can go to the negative and say she probably felt bad about that, or she probably didn't like that, or we can, go off.
Or we can say what she wanted it and she was okay with it and it was okay.
Well, I can't say if she didn't or she did, because she didn't say that. You can't say either way. You can say, okay, if she didn't want it or she didn't want it, yeah, that was wrong. And if she did, then they were just playing around. But you really can't say, like, to go all the way negative and just say, he's wrong for that, not even knowing the content or how she feels about it. I think, like Sweeney said, the reaction that she got off of it, she took her post down, but it could be from the reaction that people were saying that she deserved it because of the music that she posts or the music that she does. So I'm not saying that what he did was right if she didn't like it and if she didn't, want it, but I really can't say that he was wrong for that if she didn't mind it.
It probably because it was in public. Maybe if he did it somewhere in a more private setting, maybe she would like it and it would have been a different outcome. Why do you do it like that? Like, just in front of people, right next to other dudes? Like, you just freaky as hell.
Like, then you gotta do that flirting in private too. You can't be talking all that freaky flirting in public, if you know what I mean. Like, that gotta be in private too.
You could flirt in public. I mean, that's part of her image. She's the raunchy, quote unquote, 304. So I mean, he was supposed to play along with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? He read the room wrong. He thought he was finna get a viral moment. He thought she was finna go kiss him back. They was finna be all over the shade room and this and that. And she kind of was like, nigga, what you on? Like, stop. Like, it wasn't like an assertive stop, but it was one of them, I don't want to fuck up the moment. We on TV. We working our job right now. Let me, like, she went damn near under the table trying to get away from the nigga. So it's like, clearly she was uncomfortable. Like, nigga, what type of shit is you on? Like, you can see Lil Duval, he turned away like, oh, hell no.
I think Lil Duval was like egging it on. I was trying to hear like what he was saying because he was like talking when it was going down, but he wasn't stopping it. Yeah, so I feel like he was saying, he was like egging it on a little bit.
Yeah, but like once she like leaned under the table, it got kind of uncomfortable. Like if you look at the dude's body language, it kind of changed. They kind of like, all right, it was playful at first, but this shit kind of weird. Because she said stop like 2 or 3 times.
And that's a fact. If my thing is this, if a woman doesn't lean in and she going away, like, dude, don't risk your freedom over trying to have a moment. Like, that's stupid. I think that no matter, this is going to sound awful what I'm getting ready to say, that just because she act like a hoe don't give you the right to treat her like one.
That is true.
Now, with this being said, however, it does speak to a lot of women want to have the freedom to be a hoe, but want the protection of a saint. And so I think there's got to be some responsibility on both sides. So fellas, you don't get a right to treat a woman who acts like a hoe like the hoe she's acting like. I know that sounds terrible, but it's the truth. But there's got to be some responsibility on the ladies as well. Like, you can't personify that. And then when you're getting that, you want the protection of a saint. You got to choose which one you're going to be. So both have to be responsible. And me seeing that, I kind of cringed the first time. You don't know. The second time when she turns to the right, leans on it's like, come on, it is very clear that she doesn't want this. So fellas, don't risk your freedom over trying to have a moment. It is never worth it.
So here, I got one even better. You can't be a predator and get mad when you preyed upon, because she has been a predator herself.
I got to come back for that. You can if you're a woman. You can if you're a woman.
Oh shit! It is a double standard, unfortunately. I mean, it is what it is.
Now, when it comes to kids, man.
Oh no, the kids shit. I didn't even see that. I didn't find out about that today. But they was talking about the other shit she did on stage, where she grabbed dude's ass, act like she was licking his ass.
Because if that was, let's keep it a bean. If a dude was out there doing any type of sexual act to a kid, and then somebody came in and did something against his will, would nobody say anything? It'd be justice served. So you can't be out here being a predator and you think you can go out there and grab on dudes in public and twerk on kids. Only 5 women had something to say about her twerking on that 10-year-old. Only 5 people had something to say to try to get that video taken down. Outside of that, nobody cared.
Yeah, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, she definitely wrong for that.
Yeah.
Like, shouldn't be twerking on no 10-year-old.
And to the previous comment that I said, I didn't know she said stop. I didn't hear that. So if she said stop, then yeah, I agree with what you said, the real precious.
And I'm just waiting on her to actually say something for like, because the tweet that she made could be taken either way. We don't know what that tweet meant. I just want her to come out and say, "Hey, look, this dude did this to me. I was not rocking with it," so we know what side of the fence we all need to fall on.
What did the tweet say? I don't know who this chick is. I don't.
She said something like she was scared to defend herself or something like that, to that effect. I'm not quite sure if those are exactly.
And that she was like, she drank to hide her pain, and it was all.
I think this is a moment of truth for her. Like you said, you know, you like Sir Hell said, you know, you putting yourself out there like a hoe. You know, it don't give people the right to treat you like a hoe, but now you in a situation where somebody treated you like a hoe. You know, they ran up on you. So it's a moment of truth for her. And like you said, Sweeney, it's like, what is she going to say back today? How is she going to address her whole fans? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, what do you say? What do you say when something like that happens? Because that's real life. That's not what she doing to get money. She talk about being a hoe to put money in her bank and to feed her daughter. But that don't mean that, you know, she a hoe. She could just be a hoe for her man.
And you I agree with Sir Hill. Just because you a hoe out there doesn't mean that anybody can run up on you, grab on you, kiss on you, and all of that. Like that's come on now. We got to be smarter than that. It's the same, like we even they even have rules in a strip club that say you can't touch the strippers unless they allow you to. So we got to know how to behave around women, even if they are hoes.
Yeah. Can I just add something to that? Because I appreciate what Sweeney said a lot, but a question kind of popped up in my mind, and it's not really it's kind of like a rhetorical question, but I think it's important. It's like, is it kind of, could we kind of make the argument that maybe it is important that things like this do happen, just to remind the women who want to take that path that there are actual negative ramifications for it? Because I feel as though, like, obviously we all know what he did was wrong, but I feel like if we only focus on the fact that what he did was wrong, a learning opportunity is missed, right? Because there's a lot of women that listen to her music. There's a lot of women that follow her lifestyle, and they do it because they believe it's all fun and games, right? They believe that, oh, it's just all getting the bag, getting money, getting nice clothes, getting jewelry, but they don't understand that, like, the way people are now perceiving you can actually be a threat to your life. Like, this can actually harm you. And I feel like by things like this happening, it actually helps to shed a light to some of these women to say, hey, like, maybe this lifestyle isn't all peachy keen. It's not all fun and games. Like, it also comes with this negative energy. I forget who said it before. I think it was Mr. Viral, but he said, like, again, if you're acting like a hoe, maybe on some level, we need there to be some reminders that, hey, there are some negative sides of being a hoe that come with it. Like, there's some of them. And if you forget that those are there, a bunch of women are just gonna be like, yo, I'm gonna just be a hoe. And it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work for society. It's not gonna fare well for them.
But this is the thing. This is nothing new. Like, hoes that act like hoes always get touched on. Like, I don't know what spaces, you know, if you are around people and you go to the club, you see it all the time. They get touched in many different places. Either they're going to react to it and feed into it, or they're going to do what she did and like, not right now, not today, or maybe later. So it's just that it was on a public platform and then it's her. So I think that's good for people that's not like her to watch that and maybe, hey, you know, I'm not going to look and do the things that she's doing and speak this way. But that's always been happening.
Yeah, but I think even though it can be a learning thing, like she said, this ain't nothing new. They didn't need this to learn. They know if you act like a hoe, dude's gonna treat you like a hoe. Like, bottom line, like, I'm tired of this. I want to act like a hoe, but treat me like a woman. Shit, like, let's stop playing. If you act like a hoe, you getting treated like a hoe. That's just what it is. Now, not saying randomly run up and kiss girls in the mouth, because ain't no dudes just randomly doing that. Like, that's some weirdo borderline predator type shit. Like, dude might slap a girl ass in the club or something while he's drunk, but ain't nobody running up in public just random. Like, that's a whole nother issue. Like, dude need his ass beat for that anyway, because men don't operate like that. Like, that's some weirdo shit in my eyes. But ladies, you act like a hoe. You put on the persona that you a hoe. You on camera saying you a hoe. You on camera sexually harassing men. Don't cry when it come your way.
And children.
And children, don't cry when it double back on you, because the energy you put out is the energy you get. That's a universal law. Whatever you put out in the universe, you're gonna get back tenfold. So if you putting out whole energy, you getting whole energy back. You ain't getting respectful, uplifting, motherly woman energy back. No, they're gonna treat you like the hoe you acting like. That's just what it is.
But the thing
I
with that
agree
statement,
100%. I haven't said nothing, but I agree 100%. Whatever you put out into the world, whether it's right or wrong, you can expect it to come right back to you. The image that you are portraying, it's going to come to your doorstep, whether you want it to or not. You have to be really like in a mindset of knowing, hey, this is what I'm showing people who I am. This is what I stand for. This is what I represent. That's going to come to your door. Couldn't agree more.
Go ahead, sir.
No, I agree with that. The point that I was going to make is just that in the world we live in, now again, everybody who's watching this, because I know we get people who will watch and who would say, well, y'all condoning wrong. We are not saying that. Let's make that very succinct. The dude was a weirdo. But here's the real truth about life is men are graded on how they provide. Women are judged on how they present. So based off of the way you conduct yourself, that is exactly how you're going to be treated. And even from the people who are defending you, as quiet as it's kept, they see you exactly the way that you're conducting yourself as well. So if you don't want to be treated like that, it's just simple. Don't act like that. It's very simple. And I don't think that we need this as learning opportunity. Just go. Let me just go here for a second. You don't need the internet. Look at some of your aunties. Look at some of your sisters. Look at some of your mothers. Some of your mothers are a living example of what you should not do. So we don't need another publicized event for this. You just go back and look at your own family and know that certain behavior has certain consequences.
But not only that, too, like the only thing is, like, I like to bring in both. So we're talking about what women are doing, but then there's men that flash their money and women go up to them and be like, hey, can I ride with you in your car? Or can I have some money? Can you pay my rent? So they're portraying to be flashy and they get in return, I want stuff from you. But do people say stuff about that? Do they say, hey, don't do that to that man? He's not supposed to give you a dime. Or they're going to be like, yeah, go get your bag. Like, I mean, can we be real here?
Cardi B did say that she used to treat dudes as whales who showed up to the club and showed off their money and stuff, and she would drug them and take them back to their crib and rob them. So, you know what I mean? We do know that when you do perform certain behaviors that do make you pray. We all do know this. Sharks eat.
I think men accept it though. Men know if you putting out a certain image, you flashing money, you doing this, you doing that, women are gonna look at you as a walking lick. Men know. We don't cry about it.
That's a fact.
Oh my God, she's out for my money. Yeah, nigga, you in the club throwing bankrolls. The fuck you thought was gonna happen? Like, come on, let's stop playing. It seems like only women, it's like they want the freedom of choice, but they don't want to deal with the consequences. Like, you have the freedom of choice, but you don't have the freedom of getting away from the consequences of your choice. So you got to be careful with what you choose.
I don't know a lot about this chick or this situation. I don't listen to her, but I can say that if she's personifying a 304, that goes all the way back to some of our favorite rappers, like personifying these gangsters that they really not, but really ended up dead. You know what I mean? So, like, it's definitely a connection there. So I get that. The dude's
and
still
wasn't
a
she
weirdo.
just getting walked like a dog a couple months back? She was just getting walked like a dog in Miami or something with a rapper, like on a leash. Did y'all hear about that?
Yeah, and Ellie Chopper had her and another girl on a leash.
My daughter might know who she is. My daughter's grown.
I've never heard any of her music, but I know her from everything that we're talking about right now. I've never heard a song of hers, but I know what her reputation is.
I only know about this because I follow Lil Duval. So and she was on there talking. After she seemed fine in the green room afterwards, though. So I don't know where the little tweet came from.
Yeah, I didn't see her video. I can't believe it. The video she has out there from like 2 years ago is very nasty. She literally told people who she is, what she does, and she did not care. This is what she would fly around with different men and she would sleep with them because they were paying her. She was promoting literally the 304 lifestyle. And she was saying, yeah, this is how I get my money. This is how I paid for my daughter. Like she was promoting this, and this is what she actually was doing. I don't know if she has a man now or whatever, but she didn't have one and she didn't want one. She wanted to be side chick and all that other stuff. So, but she was very it's not that she was just saying it, because I know there's women who would say it. Yeah, this is what I do. I stay with married men. She was literally like sexual, and how she dressed, what she said at her mouth. She was even showing like her doing sexual things on camera, like more like a PORN star or whatever. I don't know if I can say that. Like it was terrible.
I got a question for the fellas.
Oh.
Y'all sitting right there. Do you jump in and defend her?
Yeah, I think you got to say something, man. I mean, if she look like she uncomfortable, man, I would want to look out for both sides. I would probably speak up and say, hey, bro, hey, chill. You know, chill like you're doing too much, because like you just never know. You know what I mean? Like I've been in situations where I don't think people should be offended, but they've been offended. And so you gotta, I don't know, man. It's just one of those things, especially with them being celebrities and you being on camera with that nonsense. It's like, man, bro, like, what are you doing? Like you tripping. Like it's been times that I've been out with my guys and one of the guys was tripping. He was doing the most. He was doing too much. I mean, like if she's saying no, you grabbing her face. It's like, what the hell, bro? What are you doing? Because then, like, I might be grouped into this whole little situation. So I don't want no parts of it. She gonna say, yeah, it was a group of them, and then come to find out I got some charges too because I allowed the shit to happen. It's like, damn, I'm straight on that.
That's honorable because most men wouldn't do anything.
Like I'm pretty sure when that shit was happening, Lil Devon was like, what the fuck is going on? But they didn't say nothing. They didn't really know how to respond to the situation. It's like she didn't know how to respond to the situation. And I think she may be embarrassed because, I mean, the music that she rapping about, and then at the same time that, you know, everybody coming to her like, this is what you deserve. And then you got some people saying you need to speak up. She don't know what to do. You know, she don't know how to respond to the situation. I mean, it might not have bothered her that much, or it could have bothered her much. We don't ever know. But her being in the public eye, it's kind of like one of those things you don't know how to respond to that shit.
It's hard for me to give an answer.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, sir.
I just want to say it's hard to answer this. Like, part of me want to say, yep, absolutely. But here, think about it this way. So let's say a guy steps in and he's like, you know, don't do this. Don't treat this hoe like a hoe. I mean, he doesn't say those words exactly, but essentially, you know, don't treat this woman this way. And somebody pull out something, he get hurt. So, right. So he did the he was a good man. 2 weeks later, she's back out doing some more thought stuff. It's like that. This man got injured and put his
working
life
on a 10-year-old.
You know what I mean? And she right back out here doing the same thing. So in situations like this, it's difficult to say what you would do when literally everything about her life seems like it's inviting this type of attention. So I want to, is a good guy, is a man with daughters. I want to say I would absolutely do that. But deep down, I'm like, for you to get protected in this end, if you don't learn a lesson to not do this again, unless I know you're going to learn from this, I'm not putting myself in danger to protect you in a moment when you're going to put yourself in this predicament again. So it's difficult for me to say yes on this one, honestly.
But
I don't think
but Sweeney was asking about this particular situation. Yeah. In this particular situation with the relationship that they have and the setting that they was in, I don't think there was an immediate threat for their lives. Now, if it's somebody on the street or something like that, and I see something going on, then I may call 911, right? I'm not gonna go in there and intervene. But in this particular situation, with them knowing who he is and they all being celebrities, this shit don't look good. Then I think you got to speak up on it. You got to be like, hey,
context that way. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, you know, you don't have to embarrass them. It's just like, you know, maybe you intervene, maybe you just grab like, because I've been in situations like that because clearly he not seeing the shit.
He could have pushed them off or something.
He ran over and gave old boy dap afterwards. He ain't
right,
know what
and that looked so weird. It was just like, he was just all teeth. Like, what are you?
But to answer your question, initially, I probably wouldn't intervene initially because it's like I don't know how she gonna react. So just because he went in for the kiss, you know, she might have kissed him back and had a viral moment. So who am I to just jump in on the dude shooting the shot? But after
the
she's
second
leaning
time,
under the table and like stop, then you was like, hey, bro, chill out. Like you doing too much now.
This about to
Then
be a
that's
group
when,
viral moment.
yeah, then that's when the real man would intervene. Like once she's physically uncomfortable, like we done been in parties, we done been in clubs where the homie is harassing the hoe a little too much. Like, hey, bro, chill out. Like you tripping. You know what I'm saying? Even though we know she a hoe, she's uncomfortable. Like you wilding out, bro. Like kick back. Like we not just letting that shit go on. So
now
I
let me
think
ask
there
him.
was a little bit of confusion because I think right before that, Duval got pranked because somebody came up to him and they didn't kiss him, but this guy was all in his ear. Did you see that, JR?
Yeah, I saw
So
that.
I don't know if her thing happened
I was looking
before
like,
the
was that
prank,
scripted? I'm thinking
but
like,
he got beat up though. So his
nah,
security
it
took care of
looked
him
kind
right.
of phony a little bit, man. The way they grabbed him, man. Security, it was pretty light on him, man. I think it might have been all scripted.
Yeah, I think.
And
Yeah, I
who's to
think it was
say
a little.
that wasn't scripted either? Like if I was a man sitting there, my first mind is cameras everywhere. Everyone's trying to go viral. Back to what Jones was saying about Home Depot girl. This could all be scripted. Duval is an actor. He's a comedian. So he's sitting there. You don't know if they have something planned with all of these cameras in front of them so that they can go viral. Like you and her saying no. But like Precious said, if she didn't hit him with the camera, but then you like, oh well, maybe she's embarrassed because there are cameras. Like it's so many things going on. I mean, hit him with the mic. It's so many things going on. If I was a man sitting there, I would not have reacted just off the whim because people are doing stuff for viral moments.
I will
And
say,
I hear
oh,
she
my
has
bad.
new music out, right? Does she not have new music out? Like I don't. It's like people are promoting stuff all the time, and then like YK has been in the news for all. I mean, in social media news for all kind of like random stuff with Drake and all of this stuff. So you don't know if this is scripted, planned. Like you don't know, and so like Sir Hill said, to intervene and get yourself in the middle of something that maybe you should not because they're trying to plan something out, then you look like the crazy one because you stopped something from happening that was a plan to happen in the midst of cameras and Duval and all of these celebrities in the room. So it's a lot going on.
I'm just talking about the second time, though. And she was going all in the table doing all that shit. It's clearly some don't seem right. And because they know each other, not complete strangers, in that particular setting, you could have did something to intervene just to kind of test it a little bit. Like, man, I know that's good, it's good. Okay. Then
Duval has made it clear that he don't save 304s. So
who is the guy that kissed her? Who is he?
The guy that made that song, "You Worth It" or something like that. I don't know.
So is that his character? What's his character?
Nah, I don't know. I will say this: given because if you watch the first video, the video that transpired right before he was doing it, they were flirting with one another. So I can't say in that moment, if I was standing there and I just listened to them two flirting with each other and stuff, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm not good on reading cues and nervous laughter and all of that stuff.
Right.
Where she was like, I'm not good on that. So if I'm standing there and I'm seeing this and I just heard y'all flirting with each other, I'm probably not gonna. My instant reaction wouldn't be, "Oh my God, this woman needs to be saved from this predator." It'd be like, "Oh, they over here playing around right now." You know what I mean?
That's why women need to watch how they talk shit with men.
Yeah.
You got to watch because a man may just take you up on what you're saying to him.
And to say it's kind of like a nervous kind of laughter when Lady Di said that she was on there with you said a leash on video with a leash on.
I'm thinking the same thing.
How is she nervous to say somebody kissed her if she's with a leash on and she's talking about doing these acts? And how are you nervous with that situation?
Yeah, I'm just assuming based off of what everybody else said when they say, "Oh, it could just be taken." She could have just been laughing nervously, but didn't really, because she was laughing. Even when she was saying no, she was laughing the entire time. And then also, from what I gather about Sukiana, she has never had a problem holding her tongue.
Right.
She's not one to hold her tongue.
In the green room after the whole press thing, she was in there flirting with Duval. Like, it's on his page. Like, that's the only reason I know about what happened. She talking back and forth with him like everything was fine. So I don't know about this chick. Maybe she bipolar. I don't know.
See, I think that's a good point, though. Like, it's confusing. Like for a man, like I want to say, Mr. Viral, you kind of alluded to it. It's difficult. So let me give you an example. So Penny, I think you seem like a very nice person, nice woman. If you're in this situation, and you're promoting something, and some dude run up on you, it's not even you don't even nobody's going to need to hear you say stop once. We know because based off of the way you conduct yourself, we know this ain't how you roll. You see a woman on on a leash though, like you see a woman who literally is ratchet and she says she likes this, even though a man is likely to step in, we got to process that a little bit longer because of all the stuff we thinking of. We don't know if you like this. We don't know that you kind of want this. Like, we don't know how to interpret it because we got to go through all of that extra stuff. And so I think, again, it's not right what happened to her, but I do think that this speaks to how she presents herself. Like, it would be difficult for a man to just know, because once I see you on a leash in public and you happy about it, it's hard for me to take you seriously. And I think that's what we see in this situation.
Like, I think it was harder to gauge how she felt, but I'm just thinking about my man's. Based off of history, you kissing her, all in her mouth, like, you tripping. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, like, I mean, even if she give us some resistance, I still think you just reading the situation wrong. Like,
right, hoe or not, it's like,
he trying to protect her from the. He said he trying to protect her from the mono.
I'm just saying, like, it's so many things that's pointing left. Like the fact that she may not want it, the fact of her history, the fact that she was doing all this stuff, what she talk about, it's the list goes on. Like, what are you doing? You going back in for seconds?
I agree with KCB though. This might be a promo stunt. The world is a stage. They're in the entertainment industry, so just the fact that everybody talking about it right now in the blogs, that's free promo right there. So it could be that all that shit was planned. That's why they didn't intervene. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you can never tell with the entertainment industry. It's like the Chris Rock, Will Smith slap. Was it real? Was it planned? Like, damn, he had a tour. Now his ticket sales went up. So you always got to look at it from that aspect. Like, the world is the stage. You don't know what's real and what's fake with this entertainment industry shit, because they do anything to go viral. They do anything for promo, and it's free promo. So you got to be careful with that too.
I mean, it comes through a screen, it's edited to some regard. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, she kissed him that. If they would have just kissed that one time, I think it would have been all good, right? When nobody would have said nothing. But the fact that he kept going in, and then everybody's looking now because you kissed her, it wasn't nothing that was quick. Now this is being dragged out like 10 seconds, and then you start noticing other things. It look like she don't want it. It's looking like, then it's like, bro, what are you doing? Then you realize who he doing it to. It's just like so many things that I would have just probably just been like, I would have made sure it was cool, man. Like, hey, is everything good?
He tried to pull off one of those smooth, suave nigga moves, and it didn't work. Like, we've seen instances.
Like
we've seen instances where dudes done went in
she in the middle of two people, and you trying to scoop in to grab her face. It's like, this is just so weird.
Let this be a lesson. Yeah, most of these dudes who are celebrities and got money got no game.
And also to the fact she was saying
that
stop.
Part.
She was saying stop.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of red flags that was presenting itself on so many different levels that.
But we can't forget her red flags after the fact. Like,
hey, I'm not putting myself in a situation like that. Because I know how it is, and especially as a celebrity. I mean, think about. I think they was talking about like the dude from the Heat. How the NBA players are prepped for these women, and things to look out for. As a celebrity, you gotta move a little differently, especially being up in the public. So for him to be seeing these cues, and he should be on high alert every single time. I don't want to put myself in no situations. Any moment that something happens, it can turn left. So if he heard the word stop, was he was ignoring it? Was he trying to show off? I don't know what it is, man. But we gonna beat this to a dead horse, though. Let's go ahead and move on. I'm just saying what I would do in that situation. And I probably would have been like, bro, you tripping. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if she for real or not, but let's not take no chance. You're gonna fuck up the money.
That man ain't making no money, man. He probably nobody even know why he was there.
I thought he was rumored to be. I don't want to say it.
That man is a one-hit wonder.
Be on the other side.
I don't know, man. He might got some money. Maybe he got more money than me.
That dude doing pop-ups, kissing porn stars in the mouth. That dude ain't got no money.
So you don't know the difference between him or Zion, huh? Y'all in the same boat, huh? Just doing some crazy ass
Just
shit.
out here wilding out for no damn reason at all. Like nobody told you to do that. Like I said, he was trying to pull that suave move, and you wasn't suave. It looked very, very, very weird.
It did look weird. When he grabbed her face, it was aggressive. It was just like she couldn't even move. Her whole body was moving, but the head wasn't moving because he had it locked.
It was looking real.
She didn't give him the eyeballs or nothing. Like she didn't give him them eyes. She wasn't looking up at him all sensual. None of that. Everything about that shit was awkward.
Like, you know, somebody put you in the headlock, you trying to twist out of that motherfucker. She like, had the head like this, and the whole rest of the body was just shifting, man. It was just, I don't know, man. I mean, that's the reason why I think Lil Duval and them would start turning around. Like, what the hell is going on? Like, they did what they do, but it still looked odd. It just looked weird. It didn't look inviting. It didn't look like. Let's go get to these super chats. Kelly Connection said, Lapeef, she posted that because men were saying she was a 5, and you was laughing at them. Like, yeah, okay. So I guess that's the reason why she posted that. The Home Depot chick. Why she posted that. Miss My Mere Thoughts 999 also member says that was, how you say his name? Like Osiris? Did I say that right? Cyrus?
Osiris.
Cyrus, okay. Thinking trying to kiss that caliber woman anyway. That's what I said. Kelly Connection again 199 says Penny, if she wanted it, she would have kissed him back. That's what Mr. Viral was saying. It didn't look like she was kissing back. Eugene Steele $5 says something like this happened a lot at Freaknik. A lot of scantily clothed women. I was seeing shit, man. A lot of scantily clothed women who were dancing like strippers were saved. DMT Zell $5 says YK Young. She called him out and said she turned him out. He read as an opportunity to show he can hang. On brand for YK, he should have went 90, not 100. So yeah, he did like he was on some young, immature ass shit. That's what I was saying. The fact that he young, it was just so many things where, like, bro, like you messing up right now. Marcus Evans $2 says I agree with Sir Hill. Eugene Steele $5 also a member says when a woman dress and act like a 304, there are a lot of thirsty guys who fantasize about her and want so bad to act out of fantasies. Must be talking about Zion. Kelly Connection again says, so if a prostitute is great with a G, is that okay, panel?
No.
No.
Absolutely not.
Nah, she won't to the extreme.
No.
Absolutely not.
Ski P Perkin 11 to know.
But if a rapist gets raped on camera, they deserve it.
Come on, Sweeney. Can't we all just get along? $10. I'm surprised she didn't get canceled for twerking on a kid. Imagine if it was the other way around and it was a man. It's crazy how much some women get away with. That's what some of the panel was saying. Marcus Evans, $10 says the dude was on some goofball stuff. No woman should be disrespected no matter who she is, but women should be responsible for how they represent themselves. Great points from everyone. Yeah, I do. That was a great point, sir. Here to point that out. Responsibility on both sides. Marcus Evans, $5 says, so the so-called sisterhood will never talk about it from both sides when it comes to stories like this. The Will, $5 says, ain't that the same chick that twerked on the Tyler? Save her? F out of here. You got to think about everybody in that situation, man, when you're sitting at that table, especially at your job. E-Black TV, $5 also remember says he tried to Jim Carrey that girl. Black Man Unfiltered Network $5 says he's gay for sure. Needed that taste of the pipe. Her tongue was the closest to it. I don't know nothing about her sexuality. Y'all know more than I do out here in these streets. Hold on. Where we at? You guys haven't already hit that like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Shout out to the sponsor, T Channel Uncomplicated Skincare for Men. 30% off on the free gift. That link is in the description. Moving on to our next topic of the night. It's the last entertainment piece that we're going to discuss. We're going to go ahead and get into relationship talk. We'll talk about Young Miami said if she got pregnant by Diddy, she would keep it. And there it is. If you got pregnant by Diddy, would you keep it? Yeah. Curious to get you guys' thoughts about that. Go ahead, Cookie.
Was it my face that made me go first? How do I feel about this? She a city girl, opportunist. She literally said it, like what she would do with these rich dudes, and did if he was dumb enough to, well, I won't say dumb, if he was in love enough to get her pregnant or not careful enough, of course she would keep it. That's like a 18-year bag, right? Is it right? No. Well, yeah, it's her body, but my thing about it is, why are these said 304s getting so much access to these said high profile money making men? Why are they even being entertained? So I got a whole problem with the question in general. So I'm just gonna leave it at that.
What's the problem with the question?
The fact that Young Miami, a city girl, gets to talk about, well, Diddy, he ain't all that, but about even thinking about getting pregnant by a high profile man, and keeping it. Like, why is that even a question? Yeah, she'd keep it. She's a city girl. That's a bag for her. I don't even think she'd call it a baby. It'd probably be a bag. Just being honest.
I mean, well, I think city girl or not city girl, you get pregnant. I mean, a lot of women just keep the kid anyway. So it's just, I guess the benefit for her is that she's going to get paid. But in reality, I mean, if you like kids enough, you're going to keep the kid, regardless if he's going to be there or not. You know how it goes. So that is a weird question. Like, why would you ask a woman that anyway? Like, so are you ready to delete your, like, what? Can we just keep it real here? Like,
was she really gonna be like, no, on the internet?
right. And then you talk bad about her saying no. You're already talking bad about her now. And then she's gonna say no. Then you're gonna be like, well, you dumb, or yeah, they're gonna say it's always something. So they just trying to put her in a trick bag. It don't make no damn sense. Most ladies keep their kids. And she's with him, so she could get pregnant. And we already know Diddy don't marry nobody, so it ain't nothing new. He don't want to marry nobody. He got too much money to even trust people, period. So he's gonna mess with women like that because he's not gonna take like a nice girl, serious girl who wants marriage. I mean, we could say he did that with Cassie, but did he really? Because Cassie was dumb enough to stay that long. So, I mean, honestly, he's not going to take a nice, wholesome woman and just, yeah, I'm going to just no. And any lady who thinks she's going to get with him and think that he's going to marry you, I mean, you already know that's not going to happen. So his only option is to really mess with women like her. So.
I agree.
All right. Go ahead, Precious.
I mean, I don't see why she wouldn't keep the baby. I think she has another child, so but I honestly think that she said yeah on the internet because whenever I see her talking, it seems as though she's okay with the lifestyle she lives. She's okay being a city girl, a single, young. She always talks about, I'm young, I'm having fun, I have a lot of life to live. And so the reality of keeping a baby from Diddy, I mean, who's to say that she hasn't gotten rid of a baby from Diddy yet? You know what I mean? They've been doing what they're doing for however long. I don't know. Like, I think Mr. Viral said, it's like on the internet, it's like you don't know what's real, what's fake. So it looks good, because they look good, they doing what they doing, but I don't see why she wouldn't, because she has a child, but I also see why she would, keep the kid. I can see both ways, is what I'm saying. I can see why she would keep the kid and why she wouldn't. And then whatever is put up on the internet, we don't know if it's real or not. But
I guess I got to be the one that kind of goes against the grain on this. Diddy pays $21,000 a month in child support for one kid. Any person who does not keep that baby is a damn fool. You a damn fool. If you got a baby by Diddy and you don't keep it. And I'm not for having babies out of wedlock and none of that shit. I with y'all on that. I know we talk about this on the panel all the time, but you got to be a damn fool to go and have Diddy's baby and then get rid of it, knowing that that's a $21,000 a month paycheck that you would never see in your life in any real. That's probably. I'm just saying.
I mean, then that means that you think the Home Depot girl should have went on a date with Shaq then, right?
Hey, I was about to say, good point, Lady DTM. Good point.
I mean, if Shaq's shooting his shot at you, shit. How often you gonna have? I mean, I don't know how many celebrity men she gonna have hollering at her, but you might not get that shot again.
Oh, she will. If she play her cards right. She already got one. There's many more. She just has to now put herself in that space, and that's it.
Well, like, yeah, that's that, man. If Diddy gets you pregnant, like, you don't keep the baby, you're a damn fool. Especially if you're a city girl. If you're a city girl and you don't do it, I'm definitely calling you dumb. Because you out here having babies with niggas that ain't got no money, and one finally come down the pipeline that actually got some real money. I mean, damn near billionaire money, and you like, no, I'm gonna get rid of this one. We talk about the Pookies and Ray Rays all the time, and you finally get a billionaire, and your goofy ass don't keep the baby. You stupid.
So we know what Sweeney would do if he was a chick.
Hey, Cookie.
So, Sweeney, if you had the opportunity to, let's just say Oprah was 45, you had a chance to get her pregnant, would you do it?
What is me getting pregnant? What is me getting Oprah pregnant gonna do for me? She gonna find some way to keep the baby, and I'm gonna be sitting there paying Oprah child support.
No,
even though she gonna be sitting there looking at my money like, yeah, I got this little, you know what I mean, $500-$700 a month from this no name dude out here I done got pregnant by, and she gonna have the baby in her house, still sitting on billions. I ain't getting nothing from that.
Britney Spears pays child support for her sons.
Yeah, but Britney Spears don't have custody.
Yeah. Anybody else want to chime on this? Mr. Vary, got something on this?
This ain't something that even enters my mental space, but for the sake of the panel, I'll give my take on it. I mean, it's common sense. She's keeping the baby. Like, who's not? I mean, 99% of women on this planet, you get pregnant by a millionaire, you're keeping it. Like, in this story, who even asked that question? Like, why was that a question? Why was that something you were interested about? To whoever asked her on Twitter. But yeah, she would keep it, of course. It's common sense.
Yeah, like, I'm not surprised by people asking crazy ass questions. I'm just surprised that she responded to it. I think that's a bigger thing to pay attention to, is just her even paying attention to that particular question. And so
I think that was for Diddy to see. That's what that was.
Right.
Like, yeah,
if I'm Diddy, you ready. See what she said. That's what I'm Diddy.
But then that just says these men that got money, they don't care.
I think they challenge
he's 7 in already.
I'm gonna say all of them, but I'm saying like some of them don't care.
I think they ask her questions because they like to challenge her a lot. They like to see whether she feels some type of way, because she puts up a front that she doesn't care, and then when something happens, she reacts to it. So I think a lot of people ask her questions to see whether she cares, because she puts off this front like we're just messing around. I don't care what he does, or I don't have that much of an attachment to him, and if I wanted to cut him off, I can. But they ask those kind of questions to her to get a reaction to see, like, do she really care? Oh, she said she wouldn't keep his baby. Why? If you don't care about what he's doing, or you don't care about what connection y'all have, why wouldn't you keep his baby? So I think they ask her a lot of questions because of that.
Be true. Anybody else got anything on it? No pressure.
Maybe she just got a whole bunch of babies that she deleted, and now they trying to see, are you going to be saved now?
I got a quick Lady Di. I know you married, so this is just completely hypothetical. You get pregnant by Diddy. Y'all got an oopsie baby. You getting rid of it?
No. I don't get rid of babies anyway, so.
Right, that part. I wouldn't either.
Now, Sweeney, let me answer that for him. Lady Di, the baby would be here, but she would not accept a dime of child support. She would work in the garden section of the Home Depot and do the honorable thing. I can answer this question for you. I got you, Lady Di. I got you covered.
That's a resounding hell no.
Was that accurate?
Lady Di would be like, run me my check.
No, we're gonna have to get married. I don't know what he thought. I'm playing.
I see, Lady Di. I see you.
Shotgun wedding.
Shit, people don't get paid that much in alimony. Shit, you get women out here getting paid more money in child support than people pay in alimony. If you don't keep that baby, I'm looking at you like, man, you could have done worse.
We can't be friends anymore.
All right, y'all. If y'all just tuning in, welcome to Lapeef Let's Talk. Just make sure you hit the like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Moving on to our next topic. It's time to get into some relationship talk. Now that we got the entertainment out the way, pretty sure a lot of other things going on. We ain't gonna dive into it. Our next topic of the night is this clip that I'm gonna play that says broke men going for bigger women. Here we go.
When a man isn't financially confident, he tends to go for bigger women.
True.
Explain.
Because you have to look at when I say go for, I mean, I would think the same way. Like if it's a woman who is saying, okay, who can I get something out of? She might choose the guy who might seem more lame, like women don't really approach him. I think people in our nature are predatory in a way. Like when we are looking to gain something, we tend to look for who would be most likely. So to me, if I'm a guy, I just got out of jail, I got probation fees, I need somewhere to stay, I'm not gonna go for a woman who works out 5 days a week and looks good. I'm going to go for the bigger girl. I'm going to say, it's more of a chance that she'll be willing to compromise because deep down inside, she feels like maybe she has to compensate for the lack of the aesthetics.
Respectfully, that's probably the most ignorant shit I've ever heard in my life, bro. So you think because a woman is plus size or out of shape that her mental and what she accepts in life and what she should be expected to accept in life is less than because
because look what she accepts for herself.
All right. Broke men going for bigger women.
Facts. That's all I'm gonna say.
Why is the facts, lady?
Because I don't want to say, we could say broke, but broke is broke. So let's not say, I don't know if they want to include average earning men, whatever. Let's take that out. Broke is broke. Broke means that you are not able to pay your living expenses. And you don't want to pay your living expenses. You don't even know how to elevate. That's broke. So if you are a man like that, you get with someone who is, I guess, on your level. So if you get someone that is, I guess, overweight, and we're talking about to the extreme, then it'll be easier for that man because this lady has insecurities. Most of ladies that are, I guess, oversized to the extreme, they have insecurities. So it'll be easier for him to get her, because if he went to just a regular lady, regular lady that could take care of herself, they're going to look at him like, no, I don't want to take care of you. I want you to be able to take care of yourself. And then we're going to take care of each other in that way. But if you don't even have money to pay for your car note, then we can't do nothing together right now. But a lady that, let's say, is very insecure, she might say okay to that, because guess what? That lady is not going to get a lot of attention. It's going to take her a while to find somebody that she wants, unless he's big too. So it's harder. It's harder for ladies who are oversized. And I'm talking about big, okay, y'all, because some people think, oh, well, you're thick. Thick is thick. All right, slim, thick, whatever. We're talking about people that look like, sorry, Precious, but Precious the movie, right? Ladies in that space. Let's be real. Someone that is like, all right. So I just want to give y'all an image. All right. She cannot just, like anybody on the panel. She just can't be like, yeah, I want you and get it. That's not going to happen. unless that man has a fetish. So yes, it will be easier for him to be with that lady.
Unless you got a fetish. All right. Go ahead, Mr. Viral, go ahead. Let me hear what you got on this, bro.
I'm gonna say facts. I mean, we all know that. We men, we know that when your money low, you looking for the big chick in the club. I mean, it's just a fact. We know the more beautiful a woman is, the more options she has, which means if you ain't up to par with her options, I mean, it's not gonna last long. You might could get her, you know what I'm saying? You might could get a couple dates out of her, but there's no way you're gonna keep her. She just got too many options. So guys pretty much know how to stay in their lane. You know what I'm saying? And like she said, if he's looking to gain something, it's gonna make more sense to go get a bigger chick who probably got low self-esteem. You probably could cap her up, you know what I'm saying? Get what you want out of her than somebody that's beautiful and got options. It's like, why would I give something to you when I got guys trying to give shit to me? Whereas the big chick, she has to give stuff away to even get attention from a certain caliber of man. So yeah, it's a fact. Broke guys usually go for the fat chicks. There are exceptions to the rule, but I mean, overall, yeah, for sure, that's a fact.
Okay.
And big chicks gotta accept it because you're not gonna get no type of exceptional man being obese. It's just that's a fact.
What?
They can be mad about it, but it's a fact. It's not happening.
I think we looking
Yeah,
at this.
didn't Precious even have to? Didn't she lose weight before she got a man? Before she got her husband? So
I believe she lost a little bit.
or got surgery, or you know,
can't
Sweetie
use
said she lost a little bit.
I think she lost a little bit, yeah.
She did, but she has money. So remember, there's people that are opportunists, right? So we don't know what that man's financial status was. I don't want to discredit her in her marriage. I'm just saying because they are celebrities and they're in that world, you just never know who was there to be with you for your money or not. So I'm just saying.
Right.
And we looking at this wrong. This is why I always say that we need when it comes to conversations like this, you need to look through the lens of the person that experiences it. What do if you ever heard a big woman talk about the type of man that she wants, it's always somewhere along the lines of, damn, can he just have a job to take care of himself? Why does she ask for that? Because she tends to wind up with broke dudes. And they always tend to be homosexuals and stuff like that, right? So I think we're looking at this wrong where they say broke men are going for bigger women. No, it's not that broke men are going for bigger women because broke men shoot at anything. They go for big women, skinny women, small women, tall women. You know what I mean? The problem is that all she gets attention from are broke men. So while broke men may shoot at everybody, the big girl may be the only one that gives him the chance. And that's all the big women are getting is the guys like, she like, okay, well, I guess I ain't getting, this dude ain't talking to me. I guess I settle for this. So we looking at it this way where it's like, oh, well, only broke man. No, broke man, I've seen a dude that had holes in his jeans. You know what I mean? Look broke, dreadlocks, dirty and dusty. He walked into a restaurant and the owner of the restaurant was a very beautiful woman. Straight up, and he had on black, dingy Air Force Ones and straight up shot his shot at her. Like, yeah, you very beautiful and all of this. Like, broke man ain't got no problem hollering at women.
Hello, motherfucker.
It's just what woman actually gives him the chance. And unless he looks damn good and carrying a big package, big women are settling for it.
I agree with what Sweeney said.
Oh.
I third that.
Yeah, I'm gonna fourth that.
Well, y'all lazy as hell. Y'all got some lazy ass mouths, man.
No, seriously though, I don't think.
Why? Why?
Because it's true. It's true. Broke men will talk to anyone. It's not just the bigger women, but the bigger women probably gives him more time than a woman, like Viral said, that has more options. If you have more options, you're not going to settle for someone who can't provide. You're just not going to do that. But a big woman, if she can provide for herself and she's lonely, she's going to not really see a problem providing for a man who needs her and not the other way around. So.
Have any of y'all ever watched Kendra G's show?
Yeah.
Singles on Live.
Mm-hmm.
Have you just watched that show and look at all the big women? The very first thing when she says, "What kind of man you looking for?" is typically liar, cheater, and I just need him to make 40,000 or something like that. She's asking for very little when it comes and basically what she's saying is, I'm tired of being used for my money.
Yeah, for the deal breakers. What are your deal breakers?
And it's normally she don't want to be used for her money. Who uses women for their money? Typically broke men.
I think the woman in the video made it seem like broke men were like going out preying on bigger size women, when in reality it's just the lower self-esteem would make a bigger woman more likely to entertain a man that's broke. Let's just be for real. I don't think that any man would not try to shoot his shot at any woman that he deems attractive. I don't think it has anything to do with his money, whether he's homeless. I mean, I live in Houston. Homeless dudes will try to holler at you. You know what I mean? And I am not chubby. So I think it just depends on who they're getting attention to. Like, that's why I thirded with Precious and Sweetie, because that has to be the only thing, because I know for a fact broke dudes don't just prey on fat women. That's not true.
And let's keep it a bean. I'm with Mr. Viral that men do know we do have our limits or whatever, but that's a wide net. Our limits cast a wide shadow. You know what I mean? Like, we know like who to holler at and who not to, but that's a very wide shadow. We like, all right, sure. I mean, and I don't think broke man is sitting out here like, oh man, the only thing I can pull, you know what I mean? The only thing I'm gonna holler at is a big girl. Nah, he got a wide net too.
It reminds me of that is it Life After Lockup or something like that? This big girl who was with this man who was in jail, and he came out of jail, and like she was taking care of him and paying all his bills and paying for his phone, and because coming out of jail, I mean, that's probably what you're gonna be able to get. That's what you're gonna be able to afford. So I can see why it's a reality, but I don't just think that broke men go for bigger women.
Go ahead, Sir Hill.
I'm trying to be solid because I got a chuckle in my heart from all the things that I've heard tonight, particularly from the ladies. So I'm going to try to be as professional in my response as possible. I think it is true that men go after, the chuckle just almost came out. I do think it's true that broke men do go after big women for a number of reasons. It's coming out again. I think it's because of self-esteem. I think that's a very big thing. Hold on. Y'all stop, Lady Dot, quit playing. So I think it has to do a lot with self-esteem. And when a woman feels good about herself, she carries herself in a certain way where she almost looks off limits for certain men. So it's almost like the more a woman presents herself, it looks like she got a man taking care of her. All those are filters. And so she won't get the attention of so many men. The sad thing is, when a woman is overweight, we automatically assume she's going to need some encouragement. We got to make her feel beautiful. And based off of that, we got an entrance. But here's the caveat. If he's good looking enough, a broke man can get with an attractive woman who's not big, if he's attractive enough. Because in the world we live in today, a lot of women are no longer looking for what older school men deemed as masculine. A lot of women today who are established, they don't mind a man that having money if she has enough of her own, as long as he makes her look good and he can clamp that thing left and right, make her scream to the top of her lungs. Right, as long as he can do that, then she'll be with him. So again, most men who are average and broke, they do go for bigger women. But the exception is, if he looks good enough, he can probably pull somebody else as well, because a lot of women today are looking for a pretty man.
Oh man, those sound effects. I was in a horror movie. Yeah.
My goodness.
Go ahead, Miss Penny.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys watched that whole episode, but that episode had me like heated. The disrespect in that that conversation was just on another level from woman to woman. So majority of the conversation was about the self-esteem of a big woman. So I think that two things is true at the same time. Broke men will go after whatever they can get, but I do think that there are men that go after women who are big. And for those reasons, I think when we're all searching for a relationship, we're searching what we can get out of it and what we can give as well. And I think when it's not in a healthy relationship and it's not in a healthy way, people will sought after someone for those reasons. And it may be if you're insecure, maybe if you're living in poverty, or maybe if you're not living in a nice neighborhood, or if you do have self-esteem issues, things like that. People do seek out those things and say, I can help in that way. I can give them confidence in that way. And they'll talk to me, or they'll let me live in their house or just drive their car if I make them feel good about themselves. So people can seek those things in people, and they can like date someone because of that. So I think broke men there are some broke men that do go after bigger women.
Go ahead, Case.
I agree with what everyone is saying, but I think it just really boils down to women that don't have a lot of options. Women that don't have a lot of options, they sometimes end up with a broke man somewhere in there. And it doesn't have to be bigger women. It could be older women that are desperate for companionship. Like Sir Hale, if he cute, he don't have to have $1 in his pocket. If she's older, she'll go for him. You know, whether they're the same age or older. But I think it just really boils down to women who don't have a lot of options. They will go ahead and go for a man who maybe, not educated, no drive, no ambition, and no money or no job.
It's tragic.
Yeah, I'm gonna say when a man is broke, he's in survival mode. So he's trying to look for anybody he can get anything out of. He's not looking for typical qualities that a real established man is looking for in a woman. If she's paying, he's gonna take it. So, and usually the big girls are paying. Like, let's just keep it a buck. Like, you even look at the prison system. Most of them pen pals, they be obese women. They can't get men out here on the streets, but the dude in jail could gas her up. You know what I'm saying? Boost her self-esteem. Tell her whatever she want to hear. Listen to her problems, and in return, she gonna pay like she weigh. That's just what it is. I call them easy kills. It's easy. It's like it's almost a guarantee. If you any type of attractive type of guy, or you got any type of game at all, it's damn near a guarantee. So it's like, all right, I'm gonna waste my time going after this chick. She's established. She got all these options. Or I'm gonna go get this chick who self-esteem is in the dirt. I just gotta say, hey, good afternoon, and I'm damn near living with her. So at that point, it's a fact. Like back in the days, like Sir Hale was saying, maybe if you're attractive, you can get an established chick to fund your way. But I think with the power of social media, and it expanded women's options from their hometown, their city to worldwide, you don't get that so much these days because their options are worldwide. They getting DMs from dudes all over the world. So you starting to see that even less. Like even if he broke and attractive, like nigga, so what? It's the dude over here that's attractive that got money that's trying to fly me out. Why would I take care of you? So, yeah.
Mr. Viral, I want to be sure the audience members want to know, did you say that she has to pay how she weighs? They want to be
pay like she weighs. Every pound
come
with $1 for sure. Fuck you.
You just said that effortlessly too.
That includes food stamps.
Listen, because we got to stop lying to these big chicks. I'm tired of, I'm on social media. Nah, girl, don't accept that. You beautiful. Like, no, fuck that. If you big, it's a cap. You're not getting past that cap. If your big ass don't get in shape, like we got to start telling women this. We got to stop lying to them. That obese shit is plaguing our community. We got to put an end to that.
And that's why I said I always look through the lens of the people that experience it. That's why, like, if you ask any big woman, they will tell you dating is a whole lot harder for them than, you know what I mean, being big than it was if they were in shape. And if you talk to women who were big and they lost weight, they'll tell you they get way more attention now than if they, you know what I mean? So to sit here and pretend like big women don't have serious issues in the dating market is just being disingenuous. Just talk to them. They'll tell you.
I don't even think you have to be big. You can just be out of shape as a woman, and you'll feel that same way. So I don't even think you have to be overweight to feel that way.
It's the same way that broke men know that when they got money, they knew that their lives changed when it came to what kind of women they attracted. We all know that.
I just think it's again, I'm ruined by this conversation, but again, I'm trying to get through this. I think this is why it's so important to just at least be in the gym, at least try. So a man would respect you if he see you trying, right? But if every time we see you got Twinkies, in a purse, you got honey buns in your back pocket, you got M&Ms in your desk. It's like, come on, lady, you ain't had a salad, you ain't had a carrot, ain't seen a broccoli, ain't seen a cauliflower, ain't seen a celery stick, ain't seen nothing. Right, so we got to see with some effort, and if we see with some effort, it instantly boosts the way we see the way we see. I'm gonna go off on mute for a second. I'll be back, guys.
Men don't make it no better. Men will sit there and help you. Men don't make it no better. They'll sit there and eat with you and watch you gain that weight and then complain about you being big. You'll go on dates and be in this happy little mode, just eating everything. And then next thing you know, so don't let him trick you. When he eating, do not eat the same things that he eat. When you guys are going through this happy little phase, no, watch out what you eat. Don't go through that happy phase with him, because once you get big, he is going to sit there and still eat the same things he want to eat while you sitting there suffering. I would not advise of it.
Honestly,
I don't know, man. I don't see. I don't know.
Be happy going out to eat in the beginning of the relationship, eating
but
everything.
See, men will correct that fast. A man will be like, nah, I need to get my ass in the gym. Or his friend will be like, yo, I know you got your boo and all, but what's she cooking? Because it got you looking crazy. Like a man would be like, okay, I need to handle this. A woman, it would take, and plus men lose weight faster than we do.
Mm-hmm.
For a woman, it would take us a while, and then we want to then we get into that denial stage. Then we got to work ourselves up, to actually going to the gym and making it a regular routine for us. We get through that happy stage and think that, he still should just love me. Like, no, you should love yourself. And you should
like,
look
in the
mirror like, all right,
this way. You know how I used to look? Mm-mm.
I'm gonna say that I ain't never seen a couple that get fat together complain about the other person being fat. I'm one of them. Me and my wife was, you know what I mean? I fed my wife and we ate together. I ain't never seen a couple that got fat together sitting there looking at the other person like, man, you done got big. You need to go do something about that. They normally still keep eating. They normally still enjoying their bonbons and cookies and everything else.
No,
as you get older, that weight is not good for you.
And they die happy.
I was gonna say that I don't for any young person, if you gain weight, you could lose the weight, right? But I would say for any young person, I wouldn't suggest getting big. I think you should work on your weight the whole time, because even if you got big, and even if what Sarah Hill said is true, there's gonna be a lot of men that will not date you, because they're going to notice that you had a very low self-esteem, and they don't want to have kids. Some men that are very, particular in this, they don't want to have kids with a lady who was big, because they don't want their kids to be big. Because most men, want especially if they have boys, they want athletes, so you kind of marry someone that could give you kids that could even get that type of ability, right? And if you have girls, they don't want to be dealing with really crazy low self-esteem. We as ladies already deal with it in a way. It's just natural. But to have that much of a low self-esteem, they don't want to trickle down to children. It's just a big thing. So just don't get big like that. Just try to keep your weight together, eat right. I know the best way to make sure your weight is down is that you eat clean, drink a lot of water, eat a lot of greens. Try to stay away from fats, because the fats make you fat. You don't have to work out every day. You just need to work out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So
I would say this. You made a good point, Lady Di. So kids eat like their mama. Like this is the fundamental thing. So it's important. Like kids eat like their mama. And when a man looks at a woman, now I'll say this, and this may be offensive to some, But a person doesn't love you if they don't care about your health. Now that to me is the very important thing. If you with a woman and she just lets you eat any kind of thing, she just frying you up chicken, you know what I mean? You got the candy yams, you know, extra butter and sugar and brown sugar, you know, you got you extra caloric, you know, Pepsi, you know what I'm saying? She don't really love you. Like she really don't. Now we may think it's love, but if somebody really loves you, they want to see you live. And it's the same thing for men. So if a man loves himself and he takes care of himself, he's going to have some demands of the woman that he's with. And based off of the way he conducts himself, if that woman really respects and loves that man, she's going to at least try. You know, she might not be in the gym every day, but at least when he comes around, she's going to put that double stack with cheese and onions in her purse. And so hopefully that he don't smell it, right? She's going to try to do something. But if she doesn't respect herself or him, right, it's like she'll try to do enough to make him not say nothing to her, but she's still gonna be who she is. So I think it's really important if y'all are dating and want to get married, if they don't care about their own health, they're not gonna care about yours. And as you get older, your health becomes much like you can have a thick behind, you get a nice perky titties. Your health becomes more important. So that's a big deal.
I don't know, Sir Hill. I don't know, Sir Hill, because I think women do show love through their cooking, and they also will show love. Like I will say this: the only time you tend to see them start to care about your health is one shit hit the fan. Now she want to start making you eat broccoli and stuff. When y'all don't went to the doctor and they said, "Hey, your blood pressure is too high," you got to start taking. That's when you see it. But I don't think that when people feed you, that I think women show that. I think.
Let me give an example. Can I give a real example of something I've seen?
Sweeney, I'm from Louisiana. Everything we do is around food, family, and friends, and drinking. I can cook. My mom is a bomb chef. Like she can throw down. I can cook hardcore. But guess what? The house that I grew up in, we don't eat that every day. We can't. I can make a bomb Cajun Alfredo with andouille sausage and blackened chicken and all that, but I'm not cooking that for my husband and my baby.
Yes, sir.
Every day.
Exactly.
We're not doing that. And, we'll do it on, activities and holidays. We'll eat like that.
How often do y'all? So, all right, in the typical week, what is your 5-day menu?
Well, your girl just had a baby, so I'm not cooking as much. But we're not eating burgers and freaking pasta every single night. Like you can't do that.
So what do you mean?
So we eat a lot of fish. We eat a lot of. There's ways to have like my culture and food without it being 4,000 calories, right? So I love blackened food. I love blackened seasoning. So what we do, I cook a lot of blackened salmon. Right. And we have, I do a lot of smothered cabbage. I told my husband today I was supposed to go. I had to get on tonight, but I wanted to cook some smothered cabbage with sausage.
You
and
just
bell
made my
peppers and
stomach
onions.
curdle.
What? So there's
smothered
ways,
cabbage.
Yes, with lots of onions and bell pepper
It's
and sausage.
fried cabbage.
My stomach just did a whole backflip.
So you can do it in a big pot with like chicken stock and cook it long, or you can do it in like a crock pot, or you can do it in like a Dutch oven on the stove where you cook it really fast with less liquid and sausage and onions and peppers and garlic and all that. That's heavy because I'm not putting butter in it. I'm only using olive oil or coconut oil. I'm using garlic, onions, bell peppers, and then the cabbage and chicken stock, and I can use low sodium. So it's ways to have my culture and food without me eating pasta. You can't eat crawfish every single day because of the sodium, even though I love crawfish. So there's ways you can still eat good without.
Man, I guess I gotta be the only realist on the panel. You said you're from Louisiana, and you talk about them people down there don't eat every day. They be crawfish.
I said we do, but I said my family.
I know. I'm just.
And you have to make decisions for us to be here long term. I don't want my husband going to the doctor for cholesterol, blood pressure, all this stuff. I don't want that because I want him to be here for me and my children. So we have to be smart as we get older and make smart decisions, as Lady Di Sahel was saying, with what we're eating, the intake, and my husband does the same thing. Like we are in the middle of moving. So he's like, babe, we got to get the refrigerator filled and start cooking and get back on track on our normal routine. Cause we both feel like this because we're off of our routine and how we live our lives as a healthy family.
Also down there, y'all just feed us. Y'all just feed the outsiders like we.
I said
like,
activity.
Y'all just be doing us dirty. Y'all know how they be
And
doing us down there.
holidays.
They shove every meal in our face when we down there visiting. Man, you want some of this? Try some of this catfish.
Red
Eat this
beans,
crafish bowl.
gumbo, yeah, crawfish and
But
souffle.
then when
all
y'all
of
get
it.
home, it's man, we gotta be healthy now. Like, nah, don't do us dirty. And then you go home and try to be healthy.
We have to be hospitable.
When I went to college in my freshman year, I gained 10 pounds, and my track coach was like, "No, ma'am, no," and it was because of the food. So I had to change it up. But
a quick tip though, because we on this topic heavy, you cannot have so like the snacks. So what really makes people gain weight is like the processed food, which is like chips, anything packaged, even the soda. I know you said use the broth. Even the broth too, it has a lot of sodium. So we have to learn how to make things from scratch. So for a real quick tip, I had made a chicken stew, right? You have to have a certain pot and you put all the meat in this pot. You let the natural juices create the broth by itself, where you don't have to use broth at all. Stuff like that is what you're gonna help keep your weight down. So you gotta like. And the second tip is make sure you get those foods out of your house. Like if you're used to snacking, don't have snacks in your house. Like you're used to drinking soda, don't have soda in your house. Don't buy Minute
good
Maid,
flavored bubbly water.
Don't buy don't buy Tropicana. Like you if you have it in your house, of course you're gonna drink it. Shit, I'll drink it too. But drink it outside. When you go outside, that's how we switch. We went outside, we drank it. In the house, we don't have that stuff in here. We learned how to buy healthier snacks. I'm not a snacker, but in my house, people are. So we learn how to buy healthier snacks, eat healthier snacks.
Even with the healthy eating, people are overeating. The whole American culture.
Yeah, I only eat between noon and 7 p.m.
You're not supposed to be eating 3 times a day, 4 times a day, 5 times a day, and people don't watch portion sizes at all. You look at a woman, the average woman's plate, she eating like 2 grown men. Like it's ridiculous. It's the culture that they feed us is we're programmed that way for a reason. They want you sick, they want you overweight, they want you unmotivated, they want you broke because sick, unmotivated, broke people are easy to control. This is why
it makes them money.
This is why most of the US is overweight. But when you travel outside the country, almost nobody's overweight. And if you are overweight, you're getting shamed. I think we need to bring shaming back. We need there's no reason women should be walking around bigger than men. It's fucking ridiculous. You got women walking around 250 talking about I'm thick. The homegirls in the comments lying to them. Yeah, girl, you look good. No, bitch, you look ridiculous. We got to start telling the truth. Like she said, men will tell our homeboys, like, look, bro, you need to get in the gym. You know what I'm saying? Women won't tell they won't tell their friends that. They come home and tell their man, like, man, what's name getting big as hell. But then when she see her, she look good. Tell her she look big as hell. Motivate her. Like our culture is fucked up.
You said motivate her.
I think here's the difference between us and our grandparents. This is actually the big difference because they actually ate worse than we did. They used to eat that shit that we talking about. You only supposed to eat on Sunday. They really ate that shit every day.
And they got diabetes.
The difference is that when they were coming up, all of them moved around a whole lot more. You was outside. You had to walk 5 miles to work and walk 5 miles back. You had to be out in the yard. You had to tend to the yard. You had to do all this work. They moved around so much more. Nowadays, we try to eat the same way that they do, but the only thing you do is go drive your car to work, sit in your chair, and then drive your ass back home and sit on your couch. So that's really the difference between us and them, because if you look at the pictures, yeah, they get big later, but if you look at our grandparents' pictures, most of them were skinny. Most of them was slim. Like my grandfather was never in the house, and he ate just as much as I did, but he always was that old man, just unnecessary strength, and he was skinny. So I think that's the difference between us and them, is that we don't move around that much. That's why when people try to make excuses for why they big, and they say, "Oh well, it's the culture of this," and I ask this question every single time. I say, if you were to eat right and move as much as as much as you're recommended, would you be at the weight that you're at? And the answer is always no. So when you overweight. It ain't no excuse. When you overweight.
I don't think people know how to eat right anymore.
Nah, they know.
They
This
know.
age of information, it's
They
2023.
know.
It's unlimited knowledge in your pocket. No, people are making the choice not to eat right.
And somebody said that
I've
the
been
food
growing
was.
my own vegetables.
I
Somebody
think
said that
people
the.
do
Very
have
relaxing.
a slight confusion with healthy and weight loss. I do think people do have a slight difference in not knowing something that's healthy and something that will help them lose weight. Because you can eat healthy and not lose weight. And some people say, well, I'm only eating this, but they're eating, like overeating the same thing. They're saying, it's healthy though. This is healthy though.
That's
A
what
lot
I
of people
mean.
might
Like,
eat avocado
Let's talk
instead.
about our culture, y'all. The more money we make in our community, women and men, especially women, like Mr. Barrow was saying, everyone goes to happy hours 3-4 times a week, drinking 3-4 times a week, plus the weekends, eating these big grown man meals every time for every birthday celebration, every party, every mixer. Our women are really taking in, the intake is out of control. It's out of control. And the more money we have in our community is the more money they're spending in these restaurants with these DJs and these day parties. It is our culture right now. No one's making us do it. It's what we are doing and promoting on social media and Instagram and Twitter and TikTok. That's the more people try to show off, oh, I'm doing well because I can be in a restaurant after work 4 days a week and popping bottles on the weekends and just constantly drink and eat. I'm living a good life. They're getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
And somebody tried to say that the food was. Somebody tried to say that the food was fresher back then. I don't care how fresh your food is. If you have two chicken, you have two thighs on your plate, some mashed potatoes, some spaghetti, some macaroni and cheese, a rib, a biscuit on your plate. That's still a lot of calories.
That's
I don't
a
care
low
how you try to.
vibrational plate.
That's still a lot of calories. I don't care how you try to slice it.
Spaghetti not a dinner.
If you're gonna say this, you got to mention the macaroni and cheese, the potato salad. For some of them who like the coleslaw, we got to put
beans,
the real stuff in
the
deviled
baked
eggs. Come
beans,
on.
the deviled egg. Like I don't care, and you will put all that on your plate. So I don't care what. It ain't no amount of fresh food that's gonna make that meal any more healthy than what it is.
The difference.
It's the diet
The
Coke,
difference is when was Doritos made? Right, we got all these snacks. It's too many.
Yeah,
snacks.
it's the in between meantime that's making people fat. It's not the. It's the process.
All the processed foods. Yes, yeah.
Canned vegetables. Stop eating that. It's killing you.
And you get shamed. I don't know if any of you women have ever been shamed for eating healthy, but you will get shamed for eating healthy, especially in like your family. If your family used to eating a certain way, if you go in there and say, I'm only eating this, like you're only eating that, you're gonna starve. Or you go. Some people will tell
That's
you
when
like
you say you should starve.
You're gonna die. You're not gonna eat anything. Like you'll get shamed for eating that. You're just gonna eat that. I couldn't do that. So you'll get shamed trying to eat healthy.
But
I'm an educator, and when I told them I only eat between noon and 7, they tried to shame me, but I was like, but look at you though.
You will get shamed for it.
Hey, y'all, we got to.
It is all that late night eating.
Yeah, more to the next topic, but I mean, just to piggyback real quick. My grandmother passed away, but when she was living, her and my mother, she's still living. Damn. We got a little Rottweiler, huh? Oh, he don't bite. Sit down. He don't bite. No, but they used to tell me I'm not eating enough. Get your plate, go ahead and eat. You're getting too little. I said, I'm overweight. And they said, no, you're not. You need to eat, so you need to eat more. You need to eat more because they're just so used to eating. I don't think people realize that there's two different types of food. There's a food when you're satisfied, you don't need no more, and then there's a food you just keep eating until you just can't even move. You can't even lean over to tie your shoe. You can't do shit because you're just that goddamn full. So I think people don't understand that you just need to eat just to get right. You're not starving. And if you keep stuffing stuff down your stomach, then your stomach is going to increase, which means you're going to eat more. Once you start eating less, your stomach shrinks, and then you'll get full quicker.
You know something,
because taste good is a killer, y'all.
You know something I was told, JR, when I was growing up, all the time. I was always told this: real men are either over 6 feet tall or way over 200 pounds. And I was always told that. I ain't gonna lie to you, I took that shit to heart too. because I had a short man complex. So,
like, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna tell you what I was told is that like most men over the age of 40 have dad bods.
My daughter, when I met my daughter dad, he was 6'5" to 35. He's 6'5" to 10 now. So he did good. Well, we were both athletes though, so I think he knew better.
Yeah. All right, let me go into these super chats real quick, and we're gonna get into this special topic I got for you guys before we get to the main one. Will G $5 says, "Rich man, we'll say now wealth affords easy access, and 304s are vendors. Fair exchange is no robbery until a baby is in play." E Black said, "Mr. Viral wave game is trash. Like he just got to cut out the dreadlocks." I'm talking about you, Mr. Viral. Saw you brushing your hair. Marcus Evans $2 says, "Lady Di, you know Diddy the devil, right?"
Yes, I do.
Steve Perkin 11 $5 says, "Fact, Sweeney, broke dudes will talk to anybody." Hold on. Yeah. Ski P Perkin 11 $10 says, "It's not the dudes to go after big women. Specifically, they can only get big women. There is a difference." E Black TV says, "F that kale, give me that fried chicken." Hit that like button, family. Also, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Shout out to my green gang. I see you, Jordan's World. Seeing Team Fatties in the building. HR is in the building as well. So if that hurt feelings report needs to be filled out, go ahead. It's been kind of mild tonight. You know, y'all got lazy mouths tonight. So nobody want to get no energy. They just want to say I second, I third, I fourth, I fifth.
Casey over here trying to feed me cabbage and shit.
Yeah. We're gonna go ahead and get into Mr. Viral's clip. I'm going to get into that, man. He had a clip where he says, "Woman says she was a side chick for 10 years and didn't know." Go ahead and play this clip.
Already said earlier in the show, he got to be able to pay all the bills. We all know where we live at, and we know the cost of living. The man who could afford that don't need your fucking money. It's chump change. So he don't give a fuck about you.
So
working.
the next point besides that, what else?
So the
are you
next point
saying?
about that,
yeah,
the guy who can afford all that, most likely he could afford all that.
He's gonna cheat.
No, fuck the cheating. He put certain things aside, certain sacrifices he made to reach that level, right? He probably don't got kids and ready to have kids now because I had this success.
No, he has
now.
kids.
Okay, so you're
2
looking
of them.
Who?
The person that again now because now you said we're bringing personal perspectives. Right. So the person that I'm speaking of.
Did he propose in front of your friends and family?
The nigga was still married to his. Since I gotta tell the whole story. Like I told you the whole situation.
Is that the man you want?
No, I don't. Oh, no. But this I was gonna say.
You talking about a married guy with kids?
Listen, I didn't know the nigga.
What are we talking about?
CG.
Radio. What the fuck are we talking about?
I'll answer when you're done since you're radio because I have an answer for that.
She said he's married with kids. What the fuck are we even talking about at this point? This is what I'm talking about, people.
No, you're not. He's not listening. I just said I didn't know he was married.
Because you chose to be the fuck around. You're the best fuck around.
You're the side bitch that didn't know it.
Wait.
That's wild.
Right. Can we let him finish?
Cuda, what are we talking about? Come on, J.I.
Wait, hold on.
That's all I heard. What are we
talking about? Mr. Viral, that was you talking? Oh my goodness, funny.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah,
that energy.
They've been pretty quiet tonight, right, Lady Di?
Yes, come on, speak up. Somebody talk.
What are we talking about?
That's funny. Wow.
Look this shit up, man.
You know, Trigger Mike said, "Mr. Viral, did you hit one of those big joints from the video? Don't lie."
Look at him. Nah, man. I don't be fucking my guests. I be trying to keep it professional.
Keyword is trying.
No, he right though, man. What you sit over here trying to make all these comments about men cheat anyway and all of this, and you the side chick.
Nah,
your story is I was dealing with a dude that was married with kids. Like, come on, man. Nobody want to hear from you.
Nah, it was worse because for like 20 minutes she was talking about how she got this guy. He's a high successful guy. He's a high caliber guy. and he's paying all her bills, and she can get married anytime she wants. She's 40 with a kid, and he don't care. And whenever she's ready to get married, you know, she could just push the button and it'll happen. 20 minutes later, oh yeah, by the way, he was married the whole time with kids for 10 years. I didn't know. That's why I kind of exploded, because I'm like, what the fuck?
I'd have cussed her ass out too.
You been having us sit here for 20 minutes debating you and he's married? Like, nah, we ain't just finna let that slide.
And then for 10 years, like, how do you not know a man is not married for 10 years?
Say that. There's no way.
There's no way. There's so many
no way.
signs and different vibes that you get from a man knowing when he's single versus when he's involved with somebody, especially married. Like, you married, like, there's a certain amount of time that you just not getting, period, off the rip.
First, they didn't even know signs. She knew that he wasn't trying to hide that shit. She was there for 10 years. He wasn't hiding that he was married to her, that he was married. Like, he didn't, there was no signs to be told, because it was right there in her face. That's why she was there the whole time and could brag about him giving her money and shit.
The money,
because that's the only thing that was like, she knew about that wife the whole time. Gonna sit there and say, I didn't know where he was married. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, for 10 years.
Not for 10 years. She probably didn't know for the first damn month. And then after that, she just stayed. That's what happened. She didn't want to get embarrassed and put out.
Women are notorious if they like a guy. They ain't even dating yet. They are notorious. You're gonna go on his Facebook, you're gonna see what profiles he got, who he's following, you're gonna go on his Instagram, you're gonna go find on his Twitter, his LinkedIn. Women are researchers. So saying you didn't know for 10 years, that's cap number one. But here's the other thing: when a woman really likes a guy, she'll lie to herself. She'll make herself believe that she doesn't see what she's seeing. And I think that that's what she did. She just lied to herself like so many women do. And then the other thing is, 10 years, if you're dating a guy for 10 years, he does not see you as a wife. When a man sees you as a wife, he's trying to get you off that market as quickly as possible. And there's no man that I know that has taken 10 years for him to get to know whether or not she's wifey material for him or not.
Do that.
She was capping.
It took me 10 years, but it wasn't because we ain't get married. But I still put the ring on it.
For the most part, though, if most men, it don't take 10 years. And if she really is a wife, somebody else is trying to marry her. So that there's that as well.
You don't need social media to know if somebody married or not. Like, you don't even have to research social media. They don't even have to be on social media, which I'm sure if they were trying to hide it, right? But you could just look at a person's patterns. The availability will show it all, right?
It will.
Because, I mean, there's only so much if a person is living with their family and their spouse and children, there's no way to hide that whole life for 10 years. It's just not possible because you're not going to be available.
Mr. Viral, if I could ask you a question.
Sounds funny.
No, go ahead, Precious. I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, you go. I was just saying 10 years sounds funny. Like, who lies to themselves for that long? Like, that's a long ass time.
I can ask you because I know.
I hate to answer this, Precious.
A decade.
Big women.
Well, like,
If
you're looking at clip.
What was big? It was three of them.
Was he possibly like legally married and not like separated?
Nah, she tried to say the wife lived out of state. This is how she couldn't find out. So he was living out here with us in Cali, but his wife was on the East Coast or some shit for 10 years, and he was going back and forth. So she got finessed. But like dude said,
already said earlier in the show, he got to be able to pay all the bills.
You got Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. It's no way you didn't know.
Yeah, Viral, I'm gonna ask you a question because I think I know exactly. I've never watched this show, but I can guarantee you I know how this conversation played out.
Go ahead, shoot.
Conversation probably started to cycle around, you know what I mean, options and dating options and stuff like that, right? She started to brag about how she has plenty of options. Y'all probably started pressing her about whether these options involved marriage. And that's when she started talking about I can get married any day of the week if I want to. Yep. That's when you started pressing her about what kind of man does she have around her. And she started bragging about how much money he had and this, that, and the third. And then, I'm a single mom and I can still get a man. And then next thing you know, you find out later on that it was that she pulled the wool over her head. Next thing you know, you find out the dude was married. I know exactly how that, because that's what women do on a lot of these panels. They start lying about their situation because they want to portray to the world a different story.
Yeah, she
But
was
for
upset.
what? For who? I get that that's probably true, but I just never understood why.
So that they're not the women that the men are talking about, or they don't feel like they're the women that the men are talking about.
That takes a little low self-esteem in itself. So it doesn't surprise me that she.
But I see people walking to that booby trap over and over again on these panels.
Yeah, I think every woman wants to be the exception, and it's like when guys are telling women, "Hey, this is how we think," or "This is what we value," it's like, well, nah, I'm the exception because I got this guy saying fuck those rules, and I can get it despite what you saying. And like Sweeney was saying, they start lying. The problem with a lie is you got to remember it, and the more you lie, the more deeper you get caught into the web, and that's what happened with her. She just kept lying, and it just kept piling and piling and piling, and she just wound up looking crazy.
If you don't mind me asking, which one was she?
She was the dark skinned one in the orange to the left.
Oh.
Yeah, right there in the orange.
Oh.
It's that one thing where you start pressing the issue and you start asking deep questions 3 layers deep, and they can't, and they continue to try to wiggle themselves out of it. And the deeper you dig, the more you start finding out. And then eventually it just came out that she said that the dude was married. And that's why he caught it like that. He was like, wait, we talking about a dude that's married? Come on, man.
How you gonna marry a dude that's married with kids? Like, come on, you're not even making sense. Oh, I just found out, but for 10 years he been leading me along. Like, come on, stop playing.
Delusional.
Kudos to you for catching her slipping though, because she tried it.
Yeah, it got worse. It got worse. That whole episode, the lies just got worse and worse. It was.
Yeah, you said that she was going. The woman lived out of state, but he was going back and forth out of state to be with his wife, regardless of could have been military or something like that. But how did he keep covering that up for 10 years to go be with his wife and kids in another state?
Like, come on.
So my thing is, in the 10th year, she found out all of this information and decided to leave. That's what doesn't add up for me. It's like you got all this info on where he was, where the wife was, the kids. 10 years later, you stuck around long enough to hear his side of the story, ma'am. I'm not buying it. Like,
no, she came out with a 10-year excuse after he called her out on him being married. That's when she was like, oh, well, I didn't know he was married for 10 years. Yes, you did. Now you just she was just trying to walk back her lie to make it like, because she had already lied about him being a high value man that wanted to marry her. But once he found out she was married, then she tried to be like, oh, well, I didn't know he was married for 10 years.
The question is, Mr. Viral, did you keep that same energy the whole time she lied the rest of the video?
Oh, yeah, I was on 10 the whole episode.
I just realized that was him. I was like,
I gotta see this. That is too funny.
Like Sir Hale said, when a woman like a man, she turned into the FBI. She gonna find out everything. She gonna find out your blood type, your fingerprint, everything. So to not know a guy was married for 10 years and in this day and age with social media, impossible. Not happening.
Guys, just tuning in. Welcome to Lapeef Let's Talks. Make sure to hit the like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Let me get to these super chats and we go ahead and get to the meat. John the Baptist $5 says, they said that word? No.
Sedentary.
Sedentary.
What is that? What does that mean?
Yeah, away from technology, more plant-based, natural.
Oh, okay.
Modest, very modest.
I appreciate that, man. I'm learning, man. I don't know everything, man. I went to public schools in Chicago, so yeah, blame it on there, man. But I'm gonna add that one to my vocabulary list. Appreciate that. Our career choices are mostly sitting, but keep eating. Trigger Mike $5 says, Mr. Viral, did you hit? Oh, I read that one already. Diamond J Rose 499 with the emojis. Just laughing out loud. MC Heavy Tits 499 also remember says, I could understand a year, but 10 years, how do you not ask questions? King Spark 5799 499 says, all it takes is one Christmas to know if a man is married. MC Heavy Tits again 499 also remember says, if you never been to his house, if he's always wants to take it out of town, if he only talks to you during work hours, he has someone else. Yeah, I'm splitting all the tea today. DJ Naff $5 says, these women be whole FBI agents. They know she knew They are allowed to play dumb. What they say? Duh. DOH, what that abbreviation stand for? What are they trying to say? Duh.
They are allowed to play dumb dough. I think he's trying to say like dough, but dough.
Oh, okay. I'm old, man. I'm 56, Mr. Vire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so all this new terminology, technology y'all guys got, man, I ain't have it back in my day. So it's always his fault, no accountability. Panel, why y'all didn't laugh? Mr. Vire don't know, and now he know. Struggle is real.
The panel serious
I
tonight.
think his hollering showed that she needed to take accountability.
I don't like this, man. I'm about to go write some more jokes, man. I tried a few of them tonight, and they just failed.
Back to the drawing board.
Damn, Nino.
Yeah. Y'all got some lazy ass personality today, man. Anyway, it's time to get to the meat of the conversation. We know the ladies like to meet.
Ow.
With that being said, let's go ahead and get to this topic right now. Where is it? Men gain self-esteem by saying no to women. Men gain self-esteem by saying no to women. Here we go.
For a man is self-control. For women, it's authenticity. You have to say authentic as possible because our body tells us so much. Our body will tell you when you're craving a child, when you're getting angry because our hormones are all over the place. For a man, your body sometimes speaks against you. It will crave pleasure. Your key to successful mental health is complete and utter self-control in terms of your mind, body, and soul. You control what you consume. You control who you put yourself into. You don't go and sleep with every single one. You actually gain far more self-esteem when you reject women than when you accept women. That man that has women that he's rejecting feels far greater than that man who can't say no to anybody because he's jumping at the opportunities. Self-control even with what you eat. When I have clients that come to me and they've got a bit of depression, I say to them, until you go to the gym, until you lose weight, there's no conversation that me and you can have that will change your self-esteem. It won't do it. Don't have to have a six-pack, but self-control. Now, when a man practices self-control, he becomes such an unshakable being.
All right, there we go. Men gain self-esteem by saying no to women. Better go you first, Sir Hill. What are your thoughts?
I'm generally opposed to women telling men about themselves. I'm generally opposed, but what she was saying is actually some facts. I think that what she said was actually true. I think that men who don't have discipline, and this is why I say something, and I think Trill says it as well. You don't have to be great at everything, but a man who's great at something. This could be skilled musician. This could be athlete. This could be somebody who works out, a writer, something. Like he's great at something. That discipline carries over into other aspects of his life. And then that gives him a level of confidence that he projects into the world that he's in. So I think what she said is correct. I think too many men, however, we're taught very early, especially when it comes to money and women, you get what you can. Like I remember when I was growing up, the older guys would be telling me, if a girl gonna give you some, she gonna give you some, you better take it. Like that was literally the mindset. And when I look at those guys today, multiple children, different mamas, child support, right? So I think what she said is actually true. Even though I'm opposed to women typically talking like this, I can't deny what she's saying is actually facts.
All right, I'm going to go to Miss Penny. What are your thoughts, ma'am?
I think what she said was true. I think that's a natural for anyone. Anyone that has self-control, they will be better off. So I don't think it's directly just to men, but if we're going to speak just to men, yeah, men that have self-control or men that reject. When she say reject women, I think she means like have a standard with women. They will develop a better self-esteem because they know what they attract and they know what they can get and they can get what they want. So I think that video was true.
I think when she said reject women, she's talking about any, because you could have, he probably, let's just say, have a lot of pretty women coming up to him all the time. Don't mean he got to say yes to all. So if he's just saying no, if he's saying no to a pretty good looking lady, that means that his self-esteem is large because he's not worried about getting them because he know he could get it. So if you just, like she was saying, jump to all opportunities, I mean, in reality, I don't think that's good anyway. You got to pick and choose what's good for you because everything that look good ain't. So
I think she's using the wrong terminology. I don't think it's necessarily boosting your self-esteem. I think it's more like stroking your ego. Because for a man to be in a position to be able to turn down women, especially beautiful women, his self-esteem already got to be high. He already got to be in his purpose. He already got to be grounded in his purpose to even be able to do that. Because like 85% of guys can barely even get a woman as it is. So they ain't saying no to nothing. The first chance they get, they taking it. For the guys who can turn it down, they get offers all the time. It's like, it's damn near limitless for a guy to be able to turn down a woman, let alone a beautiful woman. So I don't think it's really raising or boosting his self-esteem. It can be like an ego stroke, like, damn, I just turned down a 10. Like 90% of guys can't even get a hello from a 10. So she was kind of right, but I think it was the wrong terminology, in my opinion.
No. Go ahead, Sweeney.
Oh shit. Mr. Viral took the word, said exactly what I was gonna say because
really?
he's absolutely right. Like, dude, like I think she's misinterpreting a lot of things. She sees a dude turning down women and doesn't understand the fact that maybe it's too many women that he has to turn them down. What did Kevin Samuels used to say? I can't fight these women off with a stick. That's how they feel. Like, you can only do so much fucking in a day. You can only do so much of that. So her, like you said, if you don't have that many options, you're gonna take what you can, you're gonna take what you can get. But there ain't no dude going out there like, man, I felt real good turning that chick down. Like, it's just what it's just a part of it's just a part of the day. It is what it is. I can't deal with you today. It's the women that feel some type of in awe that he turned her down, and she was like, oh my God, he's self-controlling all of this. No, it's just that, hey, look, you know, I had something else on deck today and I ain't feel like dealing with you.
Listen, a man that can control his tongue, his finances, and his dick is like, it's like damn near like on God level, like God status. The problem is 90% of guys can't control their dick. They don't have no option, no other option. Like, I just came from Colombia. You see the guys out there, you see the difference. It's like here, the same guys that can't even get hello from a woman is out there spending his last just to feel appreciated by women, because I mean, they prostitutes, but they're gonna treat you like a god out there. I see it live in person. I've seen it. So women don't understand that, because the average woman been getting dick thrown to her since she was like 12. So it's nothing to turn a guy down. But when a guy turns a woman down, it's totally different. You got to be a certain caliber of man to be able to fight your natural instincts to even be able to do that, especially if she is attractive.
Yeah, because I know a lot of dudes that go down to the DR just for that.
Man, I'm telling you, I was out there looking at it like, damn, they out here going crazy. But
and they are some beautiful women. So like, you see a different type of woman down there. He doesn't like. I can see why you down there.
Yeah, for sure. Same type of woman here. She'll be talking to athletes and millionaires. Out there is like the average everyday guy. He got $50 in his pocket. He got access to her. So the dynamic is totally flipped.
All right, go ahead, Pressure.
I was gonna say men. I don't know if it's self-esteem. By saying no to women, you probably gain more time, resources, and energy by saying no to women, because you have more time just to be invested in your purpose and what you're supposed to be doing. But I think that men should have a level of discipline, because a level of discipline is attractive, and having a level of discipline also, you know, may tell a woman that you can be consistent. So if you're not saying no to women, it's like, okay, what are you consistently doing? Are you consistently with women, or are you consistently working on you, and you're able to maneuver in your life where it's just like, okay, there's a time, a place, and a season for everything, you know? And so if you're not able to say no to women, it's like, you're probably not disciplined in a lot of other areas of your life. If you're not able to say no to women, I mean, we're going to always be around, you know. I don't think a man really should have a scarcity mindset. I think, and I always say this, men should have what they want. So if a man is going to go after what he wants, he knows that at some point he's probably going to have to turn down women, because women will distract you. Women were distractions. So yeah, I think that he'll gain a lot of time and money if he was able to say no to women. But he'll also gain respect, being able to be disciplined.
Now, speaking of Colombia, I think Mr. Viral went to Colombia, didn't he?
Yeah, I just literally got back like 2 a.m. last night.
What you was doing over there?
Ah, man, you know, living, little working. You feel me? You gotta have them vacations. You gotta have the mental breaks from life. You know, it's mandatory, especially doing this content game. This shit is people just think you pick up a camera and just turn it on and that's it. Like, nah, this shit is more work than a fucking 9 to 5. 9 to 5, you could check out, you could clock out. This shit, it ain't no clocking out. Like, it's around the clock. Especially if you don't got a team like handling shit for you, when you hands on, it get crazy for real. But nah, I agree with everything Precious just said. Like, it's for real. If a man can't turn down women, he ain't getting far in life. They are distractions. So if you're not focused on your purpose, and every time a woman come your way, you deterring off your road to your purpose, you're not never gonna get there. So everything she was saying was right. Like, women are gonna come regardless. Reach the success first. They're gonna come to you. You ain't gotta chase them.
I definitely agree. Self-esteem wasn't the right term that she used in the video, and she was kind of all over the place for me, with topics and, you know, just bringing different aspects into the conversation watching the video. But if a man isn't disciplined to be able to say no to women and as well as other things in life, he is not going to get far. I agree with Precious and Mr. Viral. So I think that's essential for women and men. We need to be disciplined. Going back to food, you need to be disciplined when it comes to food and your health and your career and what you want. Discipline with finding a spouse, building your family. You have to be disciplined in all areas. But for a man, yes, women are a distraction and they need to be able to say no.
And to Mr. Viral's point, we've been seeing it play out in front of us. Matter of fact, we just seen it earlier today, just on this panel. A man's fall is always him going too, you know what I mean, is being blinded by the what did my boy say, the Virginia? We just watched the dude get his ass handed to him by the entire social media, about to get canceled for doing too much. And all these great men going down because they can't.
Zion.
Yep.
Zion. Trying to pull all kind of press releases to clean up his image, giving money to the school systems in New Orleans, trying to scrape up whatever they can. You know, his dad stepping in and all these people stepping in because of women being a distraction to his goal in his life.
I haven't seen them stories. I know all that was going on.
Yeah, and
I
think it goes.
Maybe I've seen it because it's been on like local news. I still watch local news in Louisiana, and but he's had a couple press releases where he's given money to Jefferson parish school systems this past week.
Yeah,
to try to switch the narrative on him in the community in Louisiana.
It's looking bad for him down there, bro.
Well, I say it's the difference though. If you under 25, he gonna be fine. Give this about a year, he gonna be perfectly fine. If you over 35, the stakes are different. Like, we expect you to have lived enough life, you know better now. So I think Zion, he gonna be fine. This is just, he got money and that's why we care so much. But grown men, if they're behaving like Zion, I think that's when it's a problem. But I think Zion, he's gonna be fine.
What is he doing really though? It's like, what are you expecting? This man is in the league. Like, what are they expecting? I'm confused. Like, what's
It's more so. You know how everybody always say, "Why can't you control your?" Basically, they trying to tell him control your women because they out of control right now.
Now I can agree with that, but I mean the women themselves is out of control because what are you expecting? He's in the NBA. You're not gonna be the only one. Like, that's a fact. I don't know why these guys even still lying to these women. I am a millionaire. I beat the odds. I'm like in the 1% of life. You think you finna be the only one? It's not happening. If these dudes would just start coming out like that and being honest, they wouldn't be having these problems. It's like, why are you like, she can be replaced easily. She ain't finna go find another you on the corner. I could find one of you on every single corner. So what's like, bro, you're the ticket. Why are you lying? The lying is what causes the problems. It's like I don't understand it, but I don't understand how women even still thinking that way in 2023. Like y'all know what's going on, so why they online playing crazy is mind-boggling to me. Lady, you know what's going on. He in the fucking NBA. Stop playing. You know what's going on. We ain't even finna keep playing these games.
Like I think he was just like I don't think she was wifey. I think he just wanted to just smash and keep it on the low.
Man, she knew that.
And somebody asked me one day, they was like, man, why do you think he did that? I said, because he got the money too, and he don't care. When you really think about it, even when like these dudes be giving these dudes the maximum amount of child support, right? Talking $20,000-$30,000 a month. When you actually faction that out over the 18 years that kid, it literally only comes up to a little less than $6 million. They put that shit in the account and let that shit auto draft. Like Zion don't care that he has to pay this woman $20,000 a month in child support. That's why he just was mad. He was upset. He was more upset that she went out there and started blowing up his spot and posting all they DMs online and stuff and whatnot. That's what he was upset about. He ain't out here talking about, man, I gotta have a baby by this chick. That's why these dudes have babies with all these women. They don't care. It's just all right, well, I guess I got to put $5 million in the account over here to pay this chick child support. And then Diddy had 7 kids. Future, he on baby mama number 9. Nick Cannon, I think he said he out here talking about he beat the code, and if you make 10 babies, then you ain't got to pay child support no more. Like these dudes do not care.
But see, the thing with Zion, which it goes back to discipline, is Zion stay hurt. He has not played. He probably got more minutes with females than he do minutes on
overweight.
Absolutely
overweight.
He's overweight. He not taking care of himself to stay in a position where he can afford these children.
They gave that man a $200 million contract. He don't give a damn.
That's fine.
Fully guaranteed. He's sitting there like,
you're right. You're correct. But if he keeps spending like he spend and keep having babies with randoms with no discipline, that $2 million gonna go quicker than he thinks.
Yeah,
the 18 years is 4.5 million. Somebody said it earlier. Like you keep making them mistakes, that's gonna add up, especially when you're not performing. I don't see him on barely any commercials, so his endorsements are not coming in like they should. He don't play, so he it ain't like he an NBA baller. It ain't like he James Harden down here at the strip club throwing all his money away every weekend. This is Zion Williamson. His income is at 200 million as of right now. I don't even know if the Pelicans are going to extend him. So
they not.
Watch. You know what I'm saying? You need to be more careful. That's all I'm going to say. But to the question, I don't think men gain more self-esteem. I feel like they may gain less trips to the clinic, less baby scares, and more time, like Precious said, because women are time. But some of these goofy dudes out here don't understand what it's costing them to not say no. I mean, and to say no and the right woman see you saying no, you could gain a wife that's potentially a good woman just by saying, he just ain't out here giving it, slanging it to everybody. So, there's a lot of things to gain other than self-esteem from telling people no. You could gain your NBA career back, Zion, if you get the chance to sense, because he is on that out.
I don't think it's due to women. I think he's just lazy.
Lazy not gonna keep him in the league, though.
That's what I'm saying. I think he was cool. He got his first contract. We recognized how lazy he was, and then when they gave him that $200 million, he gained more weight. He trying to get out the NBA. He trying to get out of being like, man, I don't want to play. I don't really want to play this sport right now.
Why are you out here with these porn stars making children?
Yeah, they're like,
they don't add up to me.
That's where they fucked up. Is getting
Eddie Curry up.
And y'all gotta know that certain teams are about their brand. Like certain owners, whether it's NFL, basketball, and NBA, like they're about what their team represents. Like the Patriots, all these different teams. If they have scandals, they get rid of those people. They don't keep them on and protect them and say, oh, it's small. Yeah, but you over here talking about, oh, we're a family brand, bring your kids to the game. But then you got a porn star scandal with baby mama it just doesn't look good depending on what team and brand you're with. They have less tolerance for it.
Hey,
So I think it just depends.
I was
She
listening to this
posted
guy.
pictures of him sleeping in the bed with other women. I'm just like, Jesus, I was
Listen.
rooting for you.
All them dudes need to just collectively come out and just say it. Like, listen, this is what it is. This comes with the lifestyle. If you want to deal with us, be prepared to deal with other women. That's just it. That's just a fact. I don't care who it is. From LeBron on down, it's going on and it's happening. So when you find out, stop running to the internet telling us, because we don't give a fuck. We already know what's going on. It's just everybody trying to keep it one big secret.
But
Now
other
you-
people protect their brands better, though. That's the thing.
that-
people
that-
aren't
LeBron
lazy.
is winning.
Certain players are lazy with protecting and NDAs and everything else. They're just not doing it. Other
Exactly.
players cover it up better, give that image better, and that's why they protect their money as well. Their money doesn't ever get touched. They don't lose brand endorsements and deals. They don't lose none of that. They don't lose shoe deals. They don't lose any of that because they have people around them as well as their head on straight to protect their brand. That goes in politics and stuff as well. People, dirt still goes on, but certain people know how to protect their brand.
Yeah, that lady came out
So
and
he just
said,
as lazy on the court as
yeah, that
he
lady
is.
came out and said, I did not mess with LeBron.
Right.
Not mess with him. You guys are crazy.
She was serious.
Yeah, she,
Sure.
but you better do what you got to do. Make that call.
Exactly. He made
Right
that
on.
executive call. Like, look,
Yeah.
stop playing.
Hey, I was listening to this guy earlier talk, man, and he was telling me about like Ja Morant, where when the game was over, you know, families and friends are still allowed to stick around the arena, and how some of the guys were like, some of his friends were shooting dice, like right on the NBA court. They was like shooting dice, and the owners walked by and they just didn't even say nothing about it. They just overlooked it because it was, you know, they was looking like, who them guys? Are they with Ja Morant? They just kept walking. I don't know how true this is, you know, but if you do have a star player, I can't see some owners excusing certain behavior. They just was.
No, I see that totally different. Now you don't want to be seen as that person where everybody just look at you and just say typical Negro behavior. Like you do not want to be that person.
He also plays in Memphis for the Memphis Grizzlies. Yeah. So Memphis is a whole nother country.
I mean, look at Ja Morant. Do y'all really think that man just he went out and did the same? As soon as they gave him that $200-some million contract, he went out and did the same thing. He about to get suspended for 60 games and still get paid. Like these dudes do not care. That's why they keep doing dumb shit. They know I'm paid anyway. That's the reason why you don't see as many NFL players get in trouble as NBA players. That shit ain't fully guaranteed over there.
Guaranteed for sure.
What's going on, Penny? What you got on it? You got any thoughts?
I don't really know this player.
Oh, which one?
The player that you're talking about, the overweight player. So I really don't know his situation to speak on it. I don't know what he does, how good he plays.
Nothing, girl.
I don't know anything about him. So
I'm a Pelicans fan. He don't do nothing.
I didn't even know you could be in a league and still be overweight. I didn't even know that. I know you can play basketball.
Not for long. Probably
people need to start shaming these groupies that start outing these dudes. Like that shit ain't even cool. Like
I agree with that.
Start going in on them. Like, bitch, why you telling us? Like, stay offline with that shit. You knew what it was already. Like, we gotta stop.
I think a lot of people did respond to
they
posts
did.
like that too. Like, why you're a porn star? We don't need to know.
Why do you feel cheated on?
Yeah, it's absolutely.
But why are people so interested in that?
People love drama.
Right.
So they're gonna get the reason why we was talking about Young Miami a minute ago.
Right.
And she did that for clout. She know damn well he was messing with another chick. Like, come on now. No dude who's trying to hide something goes out and publicly announces that his woman is pregnant. Like, if you really trying to hide what you're doing from this woman, you're gonna go out and make a public post that you know is gonna go viral the moment you say we're having a baby.
I don't think he did. I think it was her.
Too.
He
was
porn star got mad that he got the other chick pregnant. That's what she was mad about.
She's standing there smiling in the pictures with her and whatnot. Like that dude, she knew that man had another woman on the side. Like, come on, man.
I think everybody knew about everybody personally.
So he was married?
No, he just got another side, some other chick that he got pregnant.
So he had two side chicks, or two?
He just had two women that he was dealing with.
Women that he was, one being a porn star or corn star.
One was she was retired. Sorry,
a horn star. It's like that.
But honestly, these women that you guys are talking about, there's guys that do tell them like, hey, you know, this is what I'm gonna do. Either you're gonna stick with what I'm doing or you're not. It's just the thing is you can't control how people react to things. So they might say, yeah, okay, yeah, that's cool, you know, because they're thinking about, oh, I'm about to get this money or whatever it is that excites them. And then when they get into it, they're like, oh, hell no, that's mine. And then they become very possessive and it's a whole nother situation. And it's not what was signed up for. And then with those groupies, I think what Vira was saying, they tell groupies to stop, chill the fuck out. The only difference is they don't tell them to stop coming around. So they like, you know, they'll calm down, you know, we ain't dealing with that shit, period. But then they keep doing it. So eventually you just got to remove them and keep it moving. But
that's what he tried to do. He tried to tell her, hey, look, cool all that shit out. Why you online doing all this dumb stuff? And she blowing up the spot talking about some, we had bigger plans and all this. Like, man, no, you didn't. Stop lying.
They got to tighten up with them NDAs, man. They out here falling asleep in the hotel with these bitches. Like, man, send them on their way when you done. What the fuck is you sleeping with?
Right, he knocked out. And the only reason I saw that on the Shade Room when I was like,
these dudes be good, but see,
why are we on the sleep?
These dudes.
Why is she having sex with you in a bed with several women, including herself, and posting it on? Why does she even have that?
Man, you should have been collecting phones before they came in, man.
That's what I'm saying.
You have them phones locked away because once you fall asleep, they're looking for an opportunity to use them footage.
But he must have been pillow talking or something because why does he feel the need to have to do that? If he's he's a basketball player, so why does he feel the need to do that? And she said they had plans. So that means that he was pillow talking, telling her what they were going to do. Why does he feel the need to do that?
And she got hurt because the baby's on the way.
Like everybody needs to take take notes out of Drake's book. You never seen that dude recorded on a video with sleep with like this dude had like some of y'all, we didn't know about this baby that he'd been hiding from the world for a minute until he got dissed in a rap record. Like y'all need to start taking notes from that dude because he figured it out. He got the cheat code to shutting women up. NDAs all over the place. One chick he gave a hot sauce in the condom. Like he ain't playing around out here. And none of these dudes figured none of this out.
This lazy.
Tiger Woods too. Tiger Woods is going through an agency for, they said, years.
Damn. I didn't
NDAs.
know that.
Oh yeah, it's all over the documentaries.
They said his baby mama used to be Drake baby mama was an escort. Exactly. He paid her to leave.
Yeah, he blew it. He definitely blew it with that one.
Paid her to get pregnant, apparently.
I got a question for the ladies, if that's okay. I'm just curious. What do women get out of going online and airing stuff out? What do they get from doing that? What do they believe is going to happen once they go public with it?
They got nothing else to lose.
It's impulsive. I think I think it's impulsive because
emotional.
Yeah, it's
like he can't hurt me no more than what he's hurting me now. So I'm about to air it all out. I'm about to hurt him.
Like, do women think after I post this, like this gonna be stupid, it's gonna make me look bad and maybe make a man say I'm not gonna be with her because if she'll do that to this dude, like she'll definitely do that to me. Like, do women ever think about that?
No.
Not up front.
Emotional response.
Yeah.
Exactly. This is what makes me think that she actually is pregnant by him. Because she wouldn't have did that if she had no leverage. That's why she was quiet. The very first thing she came out and said was, you better hope that I'm late and you better hope this baby ain't yours. Soon as she thought she had leverage, that's when she started airing all this dirty laundry out. Because she knew if she would have started saying this crap before she had what she thinks may be secure in the bag, because he was giving her thousands of dollars a month. So of course she'll shut up.
But
The moment
look, she went to social media because it was a last ditch effort to get her anger out to him, because she lives in a different state. She talked about flying in and talked about being in New Orleans. And I'm sure he cut off all access when this other girl got pregnant and she started acting up. He cut all communication off. Her only way to let him see her anger was to go to social media and blow him up. Because he probably cut it all off when he told her, "Hey, this girl over here is pregnant. Like, this is what I'm doing." Da 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 da. She lost her mind, and he probably shut the doggone wall down on their relationship. He's like, "Okay, I got you. I'm going on social media."
Are these younger women?
They got
No, she's actually older than him.
They
The
old
porn
as
star
hell.
is older.
Okay.
Old women doing it too.
They
They
both
She's in her
30 plus
30s, and
years old.
Zion is like
But
20
you
something,
call
right?
me
22.
Casper, the friendly ghost. I'm ghosting. It's cool. I take my L's just like I take my W's. I'm out of there. I don't understand it.
And that's another thing.
To answer your question, I
Yeah,
don't
to
get
answer
it.
Sir Hill's question too, like women don't like to take losses when it comes to men. I don't know why. It's just like it's a part of life. Men take losses all the time when it comes to women. And so when it's flipped, it's like women don't want to be wrong. They don't want to look crazy. They don't want to be shamed. They don't, where it's just like it's just part of life. Just
Girl, take that
like
L and
Country
go,
said, take
please.
your L and just keep it moving. But a lot of women go through this I'm not going to deal with my stuff, and so I'll get a lifestyle that makes me forget about that, and it's there, but I don't really have to address it because I have this money coming in, I have this coming in. But at the end of the day, that stuff can be taken from you, or it could be amplified in a way where you didn't deal with your stuff and now you got more stuff added on top of the stuff you didn't already deal with.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that was a good question, Sir Hale. But I think the answer is that women can't take L's. They cannot take L's. And you actually answered the question already earlier when you said that, darn, what did you say? You said women lie to themselves. So she wants the baby. That's why she threatened being pregnant. So that was her way out. If you get with a high, I don't know, value man, $200 million contract, got a contract with Jordan type of guy, and he actually brings you out in public, or you have his seed, his very first one, to her, that was redemption from being a corn star. And that is now ruined because another lady got there first. Because I think I've heard a few ladies say you can have a baby, but most women want to have the first one. That's kind of like a big validating thing for a man. And I guarantee you, if you read those text messages that he was sending out, she really thought she had a chance at being that first woman. He's doing all this for me. I'm the top woman. That's why she's trying to assert her dominance, because she can't take an L. So she was saying, all the rest of you hoes, I know all about you. Nah, she don't know. She feels blindsided. And I've seen women do this. Obviously, it's been done to me before. Most dudes, it's been done to you before, where it just makes you scratch your head like, why? What are you gaining from this? It's really that they can't take an L. They created a version of life that's going to happen in their head with you, and you ruined it by simply being a dude.
And it's so dangerous too, because that's how women start to get those gears running, where they like want to ruin your life. Like they want to be vindictive. Like, they don't want to let you go, and they stalking you, and things are happening, and you're like, what's up with this? And then it's like what we were talking about in the last topic is like, that's why you need to have that discipline, because every woman you come across don't mean you any good. She may have the smile, she may, but her heart is rotten. Her soul is rotten. And when y'all are talking and the conversation and the text messages are going back and forth, it's really only when things hit the fan where you really going to see what she made of.
But too, like, I think
Bars.
men do that, but then some guys do know. They just don't let them go. They just keep messing with them, and until it becomes too damn late.
Yeah, but when men got
Lion.
like open free coochie, they it's the women. It's both. But I think that a lot of times we as women just don't we just stay in denial. And I'm not saying that men don't do it, because what you allow will continue. So, you know what I mean? Unfortunately, some men, when they have the access to that, they're not necessarily going to let it go. They might treat you different. They might not give you as much, or modify what they're doing, but they still want to have sex with you. It's for the woman to say, to take that L and just be like, it is what it is. And unfortunately they don't, and you run into situations where cutting those ties are harder than they have to be.
Well, that's why men need to
And you on
lead.
Instagram claiming you pregnant.
Yeah. I mean, well, I also say this.
With the
I
subject,
can only imagine that it's devastating to create a version of your relationship in your mind when you think you're the main chick, to only find out publicly that you're one of the side chicks. That got to be devastating.
I think the girl that even got pregnant was a side chick, honestly.
They're all side chicks in my
Yeah,
head.
they all just he wasn't with none of them women. And on top of this, that woman is a damn fool. Her not the first baby mom, but the second one that's going on blasting everybody. You're a damn fool yourself.
Yeah.
So you went out there and aired out his dirty laundry and everything before you got pregnant, like a jackass.
He deserved it. He deserved it. I'm sorry.
So what she did it work?
Right?
Huh?
What she did it work?
Absolutely
did her
not.
blasting him? Did it hurt him? Did it affect him?
I mean,
it may have with the pellet.
Well, yes.
No.
Well, hold on. It will affect.
Let me tell you why not. With a man, a young man will get away with this. Now, if he did something illegal, then it would hurt him. But for men like this is an opportunity for a redemption story of a man who became overweight because he was depressed because of an injury, and he didn't really know how to handle his life. And what he did is he spent time with women trying to find comfort and love.
That's exactly what the story they're going to
He makes some mistakes. He makes some mistakes in the foolishness and the folly of his youth. See, you know what I'm saying? It's a redemption story. If he's over 30, it's different. At his age, he can flip this around.
If he was white, I'd be all
lazy,
for it.
right? For how many years has he been lazy? So how he's going to change just like that?
Nah, if he was white, I would be right there with you. But
I
he's
hope
not
they
white.
don't trade him like they talking
So
about doing.
this is actually where you get this is where you get a bad rap as a black athlete. You only get one shot with this stuff, for real. And what I can say is you can be big enough already. So if he was Michael Jordan status, Michael Jordan would literally nothing could almost hurt. Even the things that were supposed to hurt him didn't really hurt him that bad, right? But he's not at that status yet. And the worst part, the same thing is going to happen with him and happen with Ja Morant, is that once you get painted in a certain light, you are no longer endorsable in certain markets.
Thank you.
So anything kids, like Zion is a kid himself, so he can most kids know about his stats and all that stuff growing up in South Carolina, all that type of stuff. He's no longer marketable. Nickelodeon, Disney, forget it. You're no longer endorsable to those people. And they don't realize with these type of scandals, that's what they're doing. Because somebody made the point that not only was he was such a huge prospect. That's how he even made most of his money before he even got in the league. He has no commercials, nothing really right now for somebody who's this fresh in the league.
All he has to do is win.
So
All he has to do is win.
He's not going to.
Winning is everything.
He ain't gonna do it in New Orleans.
He's not going to, Sir Hale, because we got to pay attention. I don't know if anybody here is religious or not. The universe will not let the Zions win. This is why Iverson don't have a ring. When you don't got your life in order in certain kind of ways, I'm telling you, go back and check the history of NBA champions. Most of these men have been married, more disciplined than the Zion Williamsons and the Ja Morants. The universe won't let them win. They can never win the last game of the season. James Harden likely never get in the ring. He be in dreams every other Sunday. Don't ask me what I was doing in there, just research, but he be in there.
What about Chris Paul?
Huh?
What about Chris Paul? He ain't got no scandal.
You know it, but I was gonna say he just
No, Chris Paul just straight up cursed, man. I tell
but
people
he lived that type of life. Yes, the Chris Pauls, the universe will let him win.
Nah, that man is cursed.
When they was together, though, when he was playing with James, he might have got some of that James.
Wait.
No. So that's a good point, though. One country cookie. It's the lack of discipline from James Harden is why they could not win those last games. I don't know if you remember, but you had to live in Houston. What James Harden was doing in between games, he was in the strip club with me.
So you know.
I thought you were gonna talk about him shooting too many threes, and
explain yourself.
Oh, you in the middle of the NBA, Western Conference Finals or whatever they went
girl,
to.
I know. I'm telling y'all, he stayed in the club, y'all. Like
lack of discipline.
You know how Kobe was in the gym?
Yep.
James was in the club. I'll be like, he having another party every time something pop up on Eventbrite. It's James. I'm like,
everybody can't do the Dennis Rodman.
Hold on, wait. You saying this? Didn't what's the hell? Kyrie Irving won a ring. He a damn fool himself.
He's not the star. That's what I'm saying. LeBron James was the star.
Oh, he had to be attached to a star. Shit, how many stars have Chris Paul done been attached to? He still ain't won one.
Not that many, actually.
He's still living that.
No, he's been a star most of it, except Devin Booker might have been a bigger star at this point, but he went to the finals. He almost got one. You know,
he played with Harden.
Yeah, the Harden not disciplined.
Harden
was the star. Harden was the star.
Closer. He's not. Sorry.
Yeah. And he get injured.
But a tab at the strip club.
No, I'm just saying. Look at the winners. They're always the more disciplined men.
So, Mike,
right?
Since Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp are no longer doing their thing, I'm going to bet you a couple cases of due that if Zion Williams turns this around in a year, I guarantee you he's going to rebuild his image, and I think he's going to be just fine.
I think that'd be dope.
Do you want to think?
You got to put some due on it.
I will take that bet. He is. Okay. He's not only going to not be. He's not even going to be on the Pelicans this time next year.
He's not.
That I agree with.
I'm telling y'all, that dude's lazy. He's not. He got that $200 million and sat his ass down.
Yeah,
that dude is not doing anything.
What's sad is everyone calls him lazy. Like his name and lazy are synonymous. Like everyone says them. They say them interchangeably.
If y'all remember, I knew this dude. I went to college with him. His name was Jamarcus Russell.
Oh yeah.
That's what
he was lazy. God damn, he was lazy.
Zion gave me Jamarcus, and I went to college with Jamarcus. Lazy. He ain't gonna do nothing.
So that's the worst thing, and it's the money, y'all. It's the money and the fame, and the worst part about it is that these men fall such victims to it because the two worst people right now in the NBA, as far as behavior are concerned, both have daddies. So we can't even use that as an argument. They are literally just falling victim to getting too rich too fast and being enabled to do whatever they want. Right?
Because his dad was on the press conference. Zion's dad was on the press conference with him while he was giving the money to Jefferson Parish school system.
Yeah.
They weren't giving out
there and present and active.
Because even as much as I like LeVar Ball, I thought he was an excellent sports dad. You see who his middle son having a child by? You just drop the ball. I literally will whoop my son. That grown, I will whoop him. You brought this lady into it. You giving this lady my last name?
Lonzo?
Oh my, Jello.
Melo?
She's like
Nikki baby.
She's like 12 years.
No, Jello the oldest one.
No, Jello the middle.
No, he's the oldest.
Yeah.
Lonzo.
It's the 20-something-year-old is having a baby with Nikki baby, who is like 34 or something like that.
These dudes just losing.
Hey, you got to think though, Jello, that dude had no hopes in the NBA. You know he's just happy to get some get an Instagram model to even look his way.
That doesn't give you license to bring a collard green thought pocket into my household. It doesn't.
Shit, that was probably the best looking chick he ever had.
He had a few.
Lonzo got some bread. Melo got some bread. He the only one that ain't getting no bread out the NBA. He getting what he can get.
Nah, bro, I can't. These dudes.
What's going on?
Hey, how y'all guys doing?
Chilling.
I think it's an interesting dynamic what we're seeing, because what we're really seeing is that married dudes are winning. I know that you want to paint this picture that you can be single. I was watching King Talk, and they were talking about you can be single and have this long-term relationship, and you still can have the same success as married dudes. And time after time, when we look at the champions are married. They are focused. They just think things totally different. You know, even the married men are not getting hurt. Like the the dudes because they're disciplined. It's a different level of discipline that you have when you become married. And so the idea that I tell people is when we see Zion, I don't blame him. It's just because he's single. And single people make bad decisions. That's exactly what they do. They make bad decisions and they move in this way. But when you realize it's a difference, people don't understand the value of having a woman that say, hey, you know what, that might not be the best thing. Even though that she can't make you do it, but just having a positive perspective that have your best interest and not just some woman that's trying to get what she can get out of you is just a completely different thing. So I think that's what we're seeing. We're seeing a man who's lost out there. And when you look at the Ball brothers, it wasn't that they just had a father. They had a father that was married to a woman. So his whole mindset was different than a single man. So I tell people, when you look at what's going on, you just got to realize that this not being married thing is a lot bigger than what people are painting. And we're seeing the efforts of it. But go back and look at the champions. Every champion you're going to look at, guess what? He was married. Why the single people? Brooklyn was a perfect example. You put 3 single people on a team, and it was a disaster. It was a disaster. All of them were single. All of them supposed to be gifted. All of them supposed to be talented, but they couldn't get out the second round.
Get shit done over there. Couldn't get a damn thing done.
Single nigga. Look, they was tight. They was pretty tight when I made that assertion on King Talk. I could tell. Because that's when people start getting super aggressive. Not at me, but they were just, so you telling me that like y'all niggas sound hurt. Like I was like, oh shit, we just started something now.
Hold on, y'all. Just so you guys know, it is HR's birthday today. On Central Time. So y'all wish HR in the chat is his birthday.
Happy birthday.
It's what people don't realize. Some teams just ain't gonna get it done. Teams like the Clippers, the Cleveland Browns, it's just not gonna happen for them. It's over with. Cleveland gonna always be Cleveland.
Nah, man.
Clippers gonna always be the Clippers. I am surprised Denver was able to slide through.
But you can't say that because what you did is you took a married man, LeBron James, and you put him on Cleveland, and he got a championship out of the deal. If you look at Denver.
But I'm talking about the Cleveland Browns. I'm talking about them historically just god awful. You know they just can't.
Nah, they gonna get one, bro. They gonna get one.
All the cards fall their way. They just can't get right.
Nah, Deshaun gonna get one.
I gotta get up out of here. Joker married, but y'all not talking about the Nuggets. But he is, I think.
Yeah, we would have said that about the Nuggets 5 years ago.
They got one. Give these super chats real quick. Ro, I'm laughing too hard off that soundboard. Yeah, stay off that soundboard. Trigger Mike said Mr. Viral said he was living in Colombia. What do y'all think that means? Insinuating, Trigger Mike.
That man was stroking.
Ronnie 499 says Precious be saying all the right. Who sent you? Got some fans out here. Trigger Mike again. Fat Out says Zion's having a baby by a collard green flavor thought pocket. He will not be found. Women, DJ Neff. $5 says women have all access to BC and still blame men for getting pregnant. You wanted to get pregnant. About to ready to put HR's cash app in there just in case y'all want to show him some love and some birthday love. Let me put that in there. You'd be running slow. There he is right there.
Of course you wanted to get pregnant. It was Zion Williamson, Williams or whatever his name is. Yeah, she was trying to get pregnant. I don't understand the comment. She's a thought.
Yes.
Heavy Tits 499 said, this is how I know I'm old. I don't know most of the people y'all be talking about. If these people were not famous before 2010, I'd just be lost.
It's okay. I'm just a sports fan.
K199 says, great show. Trishman X, the rebirth, $5 says, Mariah Mills is certified mental. Laughing emoji. Even her fans see it. I follow her on Twitter prior. She's a lot off. And Zion wasn't seasoned enough to see crazy. Might have been his fantasy girl. Movement of the Century, 199. Lapeef Network, Scammer Group, Manosphere Enemies. I don't know what that.
I read it. It was like,
yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
They on that Zion shit. They got that Zion pack. Jazz Wiz, man, $10 else women says Mello also is dating a 30-year-old Instagram model that took trips to Dubai. Lonzo made his high school girlfriend a baby mama. All 3 kids are disappointments and got tattoos against LeVar advice. So yeah, they all like I think Mello cool, right?
I think they all cool. The point that I'm saying is they don't move, like we don't know what's going on. You got to go Google. They ain't on the top headlines of what's going on. Everybody got something going on. That's not the point that I was making. But the one thing that I looked at Mello was like, hey, you know what? Everybody said that they looked up to LeBron James. You know, my hero was my daddy. Like, I'm just telling you that a man, especially a married man in a household with boys or girls, you set the standard for your kids. And everybody keep talking about being happy and all that BS. No, how about I'm going to show my kids what right look like? And so many people don't want to take that accountability. Your kids shouldn't be going to 2 different houses, jumping around, not knowing. The reason your daughters are settled for anybody is because they saw their daddy was out there messing with anybody. Like, I'm just talking about setting the standard, but so many people ain't willing to set the standard.
It speaks facts. Married men are on their purpose, and they're going to put their family, if they're doing it right, they're going to put their family, their spouse before themselves. And that's just, it is what it is. And when they move out in the street, whether it's right or wrong, they're going to have their family floating right here in their head. Okay, is this gonna blow back on my family? Is this gonna screw up my family? Am I gonna lose my family? So you have more to lose.
I got to see it firsthand a few nights in a row. Told y'all my college roommate, his friend was friends with Trevor Ariza when he played for the Rockets. Well, they were friends from high school, but he came down here Martin Luther King Day, like, hey, you want to go to Trevor Ariza's house? And I'm like, bullshit, you don't know Trevor Ariza. 30 minutes later, we in his house. So he gets us tickets to the game. We go to the game. Now, I was paying very close attention to how this dude moved. He's like, y'all want to go to dinner? He goes to dinner after every home game with his family, his personal chef, his wife, and his children. First off, the way rich people eat, they literally take one bite of the most expensive food you ever see and just leave the shit there. They don't even take it home. That shit like made disgusted me. But anyway, I was like, damn, look at the way he moves. He's going home to go to bed, to do all of that, versus the way Harden moved. Because that was the person I was comparing. Like, damn, I see Harden in the club traveling by entourage. Any one of these dudes could get him in trouble, can slip a girl in me, can do something that's just going to come back negatively on him. And the one thing that I noticed about his wife, I think they're divorced now, but she was very elegant, soft-spoken. And I think it means a lot because these dudes, like E-Man said, everybody got something going on. But imagine it's playoff time and you have a wife who's making space for you. Like, no. It's playoff time. Give daddy his space. I got his masseuse coming to the house to relax his muscles after the game. I got the person coming to do ice and do all of that. So imagine that, things are going wrong and your wife knows to leave you alone, to leave you in a good headspace, to be peaceful versus Zion, dumbass, who going to have ratchet ass baby mamas asking where their payment at in his phone when he about to go have the most important game of his life. That's the difference of things that is going to be happening for these two men. His head is always going to be constantly messed up. Zion is always going to be dealing with some BS because that woman does not prioritize him. She was a thought from the jump. She just wants to know where the money at. Is it coming on time? She's just going to dump all her troubles on him because she's not a wife. She's not a wife. The universe won't let him win.
About that soon.
Yep.
Gonna be mad about not being a wife soon. I just thank my parents for making me a smarter individual and being together. I came from a 2-parent home, so these thought pockets out here they drive me crazy, but it makes me even more crazy because I have nephews that some of these young men weren't taught to where's the thought pocket radar? You know what I mean? Like, why are you even close to maybe getting one of these kind of women pregnant? Like, what are you doing? Where you like, I don't get it. My brothers weren't like that. My dad, I don't know. It's just so stupid to me.
They are. They're pretty dumb.
All right.
All that money.
That being said, man, we're gonna go ahead and close this show out. A couple more super chats I think came through. Jazz Wiz, man, said $2 also. There's an article that said Trevor is going broke. Won't be surprised. Trash Man X, the rebirth $2 says Nigerian and Mike Kennis accept unfinished food.
That's damn right. Finish your food.
I don't like that either, though. That's wasteful.
No, like his wife ordered the most expensive wedge salad with like this flank steak all over it. I saw how much it cost it was like an appetizer. I think it was like $60. She literally like took a piece of the steak, a piece of the salad, and like waved it off and had some, lobster mac and cheese, didn't touch the shit. And we all just got up and left. I was like, what the fuck? Oh,
nobody getting a doggy bag.
I was like, yo. They didn't, that's why I was like, can I get it to go? And then they were like, oh, nobody gets to go around here. So I just left.
Right.
Oh my God.
I know the feeling. I know.
Oh my goodness.
I'm over looking at HR, telling me keep it going. Y'all make sure y'all go ahead and send HR a cash app. He said he got 0 cash apps, man. Y'all make sure y'all give him a cash app. I put it to the top of the chat for his birthday, man. He does a lot of hard work, man. He never asks for anything. So y'all go ahead and make sure y'all bless him with a cash app at the top, pinned to the top of the chat. I want to thank the panel.
Look out for HR.
Yeah. I want to thank the panel for participating tonight, giving such a great perspective tonight. Appreciate you coming up, E. One Country, thank you. Casey.
No worries.
Trigger Mike, Sir Hill, Precious, Lady Di, Clout. Who else did I miss? Miss somebody else? Sweeney,
Viral.
Who?
Penny.
Oh, Viral.
Mr.
Yeah.
Viral.
Viral, yeah. That's a lot, man. I'm 56, man, and it's way past my bedtime. Yep. I got the little bed. I got the little bed.
I don't have one, but y'all have a good evening.
Tonight was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was non-confrontational.
That's because the subjects were light.
Yeah, it's pretty light, man. Right. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Hit that like button. Also,
Thanks for having me.
No doubt. And we out here. Yeah, we out. All right, make sure you catch Trigger Mike's show tomorrow. Is it 1 o'clock?
Yeah, that's good. 1 o'clock.
All right, what's the topic?
Can polygamy save the Black community?
There we go. Can polygamy
save the Black community?
All right.